Welcome to the Gabba. This is the Country Challenge. Finally, we got to the Gabba. The Monsoons are up against Gold Coast. Slight delay in the start time, but we are underway here. My name's John Devine. Joining me is the man, well, it hasn't happened in country cricket. He doesn't know about it, but Jason Shears, welcome to the capital.
How good are we going here, John Devine? Absolutely sensational day. Let's hope the rain stays away like it didn't 2 seasons ago when, funny enough, these two teams played in the final. And understandably so, with a big bash game on afterwards, they had to can the game early because of the wet weather. But hopefully, weather's looking sensational here at the Gabbatoir, and we should get a full day's play in. We've only had one over so far after the Monsoons won the toss, and they elected to bowl first. So the Gold Coast Thunder are out there at the moment with their opening bats, Dane Seed in shirt number 15 and Canning Mason in shirt number 6. And after over number 1, bowled by Justin Dixon, number 6.
And Bush will start from the Vulture Street end, a left arm over, that goes down the leg side. So our first wide from this end.
Wide ball. Umpires Darryl O'Sullivan, who's umpiring at the Vulture Street end, or the northern end of the Gabba, and currently at square leg, Steve Stimson from Logan, both umpires on the Queensland Country panel.
Yeah, we've got Adam Tyndale, was one of the scorers, along with Dougie O'Neill, veteran Dougie. Again, a left arm over the wicket, and that one's pushed backward a point to third man, just the one. Interesting to bat first, send them in, Jason.
Yeah, I was down there. I was down there for the toss, and skipper Craig McElligott for the North Queensland Monsoons, he had no hesitation. As soon as that coin landed the way he called, he said, "We will bowl." And it seems to be a bit of a trend in T20 country, or not country cricket, T20 cricket in general. There seems to be more teams that are happy to chase.
Yeah, it's a different kettle of fish when it's the test. You send somebody in and you've lost the game.
Yes.
Bush again coming in from the Vulture Street end. Left arm, only the one slip. Short ball, lets that one go through. Waste of a pill. Waste of an opportunity to find third man, which they don't have. Jace will go through the field place. He's got a first slip. He's got a backward point, a point cover, mid-on, mid-off, mid-wicket. Now, and a deep mid-wicket and one at fine leg. Now, interesting enough, we're on pitch number 1, which is on the left-hand side of your square here from the Vulture Street end. And the rope's still 10 metres in all the way around. So to your right of screen, that is a lot of real estate. As Bush comes in again to the right-hander, and that's a wide outside the off stump. And lets it go.
It's a massive boundary out there towards the main scoreboard side of the field, towards the Queensland Cricketers Club. If you're hitting a 6 in that part of the field, it is a massive, massive hit. So good luck, boys. Both batsmen being very, very careful here. Just a reminder, we're playing a 6-over power play as opposed to the BBL where they do the 4-over power play and then the 2-over power surge later in the innings. This will be a purely 6-over power play. Bush bowls, and it's worked down behind square leg by Seed, and they take a single.
Yeah, he's a bit brave, isn't he? Bush bowling down the leg side, as we just spoke about the real estate. He's already sprayed one down the offside. Is that going to be daunting for a bowler, especially having been here at a Gabba or played it on ground as big as this? You need to really bowl to your field, and skipper's given him a strong offside field. There's only 2 or 3 men on the onside of the 400 acres they got to patrol. Again, left arm over, it's going down the leg side, hits the pad, not go through for a single. Will they push him for 2? They will, and 2-leg byes.
Canning Mason quite quick between the wickets, as opposed to Dane Seed. We're not going to say he's the speediest bloke around. Just before we went live, there was a shot at the stumps for a run out. If it had hit, Dane Seed would have been gone for all money, but it was a miss, so he's still there, and he's hopefully making them pay and enjoying his time out in the middle of the Gabba.
Looking for the last ball of his over as Bush continues, and that's a foolish ball. That's probably the ball of the over for him, and that will be the end of the second over, none for 11.
Yeah, I was talking to the captain of the Gold Coast Thunder side at the toss, Clay Beams, who has played 54 AFL games for the Lions, and I was asking him about how are you looking at here and playing cricket. He said even though he's played a heap of AFL games here, he was still very, very excited to actually get a game of cricket here. He was hoping that when he was with the Lions there'd be a little bit of cross-code games where the Lions would play the Bulls or the Heat at some stage, but he never got that opportunity. So he's absolutely pumped, and he said even his teammates, the Thunder boys, are even more pumped. So I can imagine the Townsville boys, the North Queensland Monsoons, they are just loving it after being on a flight from Townsville at 6 o'clock this morning to make it for the game.
As we continue with Dixon, he's waiting, and slower bowlers often coming up the hill. I like to call it the Michael Neser end. He always bowls from it. So Dixon again, that's a short ball pulled backward of square leg, and that will be the first boundary, 4 runs.
Seed, he knew that was going to be going for 4 here, and he took a couple of steps down the wicket, and he pulled up very quickly, knowing that it had beaten the infield and raced away to 4 on the East Brisbane State School side of the Gabba.
Yeah, it would be the shortest boundary, I would think, Jason, too. He's picked that one up, but he's a giant of a man. He lets this one go. It'll end up in the State School. Nobody's there at the moment. As Dixon comes in again, that's a better ball. Straightens up the big fella. Yeah, a little bit scary, the whole COVID thing, isn't it, Jason? We're hoping you guys could come down here. There's been a lot of talk about the Heat being short of players. I wouldn't be surprised if yourself got a call from Buff to put them on. But, yeah, it's just crazy times. But it's great to see these boys happy to get on a plane and come down and have a crack. Dixon again from the Stanley Street end. That one's gone big. That might go all the way, and it does. 6.
Awesome shot, Dane Seed, straight over mid-wicket, picked up off the bowling of Justin Dixon, and the Thunder boys and a few of the supporters over there, they are absolutely pumped with that fantastic shot from Dane Seed.
One thing you've got to be careful of, and they actually say it in the ground announcing here at the Gabba, to be wary and watch the play. Because of the different coloured chairs, you can lose the pill in the crowd. You end up wearing it. As Dixon again, what can he do? Right arm over. That one's pushed to a point. I'll go 3 for 1, has a shot, and that's going to be overthrows.
No, they won't take it. It's ricocheted.
Come off the player.
It ricocheted off Canning Mason. He's done the right thing and not taken the extra run. But look, great cricket from Dane Seed. He's hit the boundary, and then he's been reasonably watchful, soft hands, dropped that into the covers and taken a single, and got his batting partner, Canning Mason, back on strike at this Vulture Street end.
Yeah, might be farming the strike too, the big fella. Don't blame him. He took off, though. It was always a single. So 2 men out. One of them is the third man. The other one is a fine leg. Nothing outside the circle in front of the wicket. That one's been driven to mid-off. Picked him out nicely. He didn't go for a quick single. The big unit said, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, the offside field for the Monsoons are set right back on that 30-metre circle there. So, look, the opportunity is there for them, the Thunder batsmen, to take that single if they choose to.
Yeah, you've got to be on your toes. Make sure you're starting inside that circle. Dixon trying to finish this over. That one's a lovely shot to, well, it's supposed to go through the covers, but it ends up at square leg. Come through for a single, so poor old Mason is going to miss out on this. He's going to take the strike off Big Seed.
He didn't get hold of all that. I think he hit that off the, not the inside edge, but the inside of the bat, and it skewed out towards square leg. And they take a single, and yep, he's regained the strike.
I'll get you to, while we've got a quick second, mate, I'll get you to go through the North Queensland Monsoon side.
Yeah, the number 8, the captain of the Monsoons, Craig McElligott. Number 9, Sam Lowry. Number 3, Cooper Guest. Number 4, as we've mentioned, Justin Dixon. Number 5, Travis Bush. Number 1, Adam Zabala, who is the wicketkeeper. Number 10, Chris Stanger. Pause. Well bowled, beats Mason on the outside edge. Number 13, Herbie Hewer. Number 14, Dan Gartrell. Number 15, Jamie Height. Number 2, Lachlan Ford. And number 7, Mitchell Burton. That makes up the Monsoon side, coached by Brad Stout, managed by Bob Haylett. And as we mentioned earlier, the scorer extraordinaire, Adam Tyndall.
A couple of names to stand out there is obviously Chris Stanger, former, I think he might have won the Player of the Carnival medal once before, as we see Bush coming again from the Vulture Street end. That's short ball. It's going to be pushed behind square leg. They're going to think about 2. No, the big fella said no, which is interesting because, well, as it ended up, he would have been running to the danger end. But anyway, they're safe.
Mason was keen, wasn't he?
Did Chris Stanger win the Player of the Carnival a few years ago? Before the Dirk Tasler medal was
yeah, I can't quite remember. I know he's played. He's actually from up He's played a fair bit of cricket up in far north Queensland, up in Cairns. He's played plenty of cricket for North Queensland Country, and also he's a Queensland Country player over a number of times. So he'll be Stanger. He'll be handy here, both with his left arm wrist spinners and can bat. So he'll come into the attack for the Monsoons a little bit later on as Bush comes in from the Vulture Street end. Short.
Couldn't have picked him out any better. It was almost straight into the Joe Root region. Poor Joe.
Yes. So Seed will be looking to keep maintaining this run rate. We're in over number 4, none for 24.
Yeah, as Jason mentioned, there's 6 overs to the power play. Just again, Bush. Foolish ball, that's down leg side. Wide, he'll have to do that one again. You can see him, if he had a chance to kick a rock, he would have. He's pretty disappointed in himself.
I think Travis Bush, he's been named in the North Queensland Countryside, and they'll be taking on the South Queensland Countryside towards the end of this month, I think, maybe up in Townsville, in Toowoomba. And from that game, North Queensland versus South Queensland, they'll be picking the Queensland Countryside. So Bush has got himself a jersey for that game.
There's 5 men on the circle there on the offside. You're going to be pretty good to go through there, if not over the top. And he's looking to finish this over out. This is his second over. None for 5, but there's been a few wides in that. Sundries at the moment. Which, interesting enough, at this scoreboard, Jason Shears, if you may or may not have noticed, they don't have sundries on the main scoreboards here at the ground. It's befuddles myself and Ray Phillips when we did the Shield game and there's no sundries. That's a high ball. That's not a ramp shot. It's going to go, it's going to plug. It might go all the way, and it will. Well, I don't know what page of the textbook that one's in, but it's got 4 runs.
Oh, he's gone to play the pull shot through square leg, and he's got the top edge, and it's flown over the keeper. And haven't we seen a few of those in the BBL in the last week or so? Top edges flying over the keeper and not only going for 4 but 6s. You can't set a field for those shots.
It's like the French Cup.
Yeah.
Possible. Oh, just as I said, he hasn't been too bad. And there was a bit of nice backspin on that from Seed. He just still got onto the rope, and this one's a foolish ball, full face about. This time he calls him through, takes on the fielder, and that's good pressure. Misfield gets the single.
And once again, he's hit the boundary, although not quite where he wanted to go, but he's gone the single. But I think he might have been counting balls there, Dane Seed, because that was the end of the over, and he's regained the strike. Yeah, good work.
Well, you probably need Seed the man. He's obviously hit the big 6 already, and he's a tall, brutal man. Look at the 2 of them out there. It's like George and Lenny. And he's got some levers on him, and if he's not careful, there may be a bowling change here from the Stanley Street end. We'll just double check. But Bush 2 overs, none for 10, and Dixon 2 overs, none for 18.
I was thinking more twins, DeVito and Schwarzenegger.
Twins, what a great movie that was.
Outstanding.
Should have been nominated for that. As we wait for change of bowler, and it looks like it might be number.
It's number 7.
There you go. I'll let you go with that one.
Mitch Burton, sorry, yeah. I was thinking Chris Stanger wore number 7 up in Bundaberg, but they've had a change of shirt. So Mitch Burton from Suburban Parks up there in Townsville. Also another North Queensland Country representative that'll be playing. I've got a text just here from Simon Gills up in Bundy. Thanks, Simon. North versus South Country game, 28th to the 30th in Toowoomba and Gatton. So a number of these guys will be facing off against each other at the end of this month, vying for Queensland Country selection.
Yeah, Simon Gillis is a great opportunity to be here at the Gabba, but I believe he had a date night already set for his wife, and he's put her in front of cricket. What a man. Right arm over, and that one's been half hit to wide mid-on for just the one, but Simon got himself a coaching role as well as Simon Gillis, not for not for pole dancing, but for
Simon Gills has got the South Queensland side, but
yeah.
in saying that, what you've just said there about date night, Simon Gills genuinely has just fallen off the couch.
I know, I heard it from here.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Yes, no, that would be true. He He had his anniversary, I think, the other day. It's the 7th year anniversary, and his wife said, did I break 2 mirrors? Boom,
Very
boom.
good.
So a single there, and that'll bring the big man Seed on strike. He's on 21. And I'll look to try and capitalise with this power play. 9 balls left in it. 2 men out. One's at deep at cow corner, if you will, where he hit that last 6. It's a shorter boundary on that left-hand side. As he comes in, he finds that man in the deep. He'll just get the single, hit it too hard. Come through for 1.
So they've gone with the deep mid-wicket, cow corner, and long off. Everybody else inside the circle.
Burton.
5-4 field.
3 off it so far. Yeah, there's a short third man inside the circle. This one's put high in the air. That's going to go and fall safe at cover. They'll turn for 2. Lovely 9-9 out to that vast area of the Gabba. And they'll go through for 2.
And look, I'm pretty sure, John Devine, that the coaching staff for the Gold Coast Thunder, they'd have to be pretty happy with this start. None for 35 into the 5th over, going at around 7s. No loss of wicket.
You want to be, you don't want to be shortish ball. That one's gone all the way. That is the shortest boundary, and that's going to go for 4.
Geez, didn't Mason pick that up nicely off a length, and nice pull shot just in front of square leg, and 2 bounces for 4 runs over there in front of the other scoreboard, as opposed to the main scoreboard side on the cricket net side of the field. The scoreboard over towards the East Brisbane State School side of the field. Lovely shot, and it keeps that scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't want to end up with 130 and still none out. They really want to get going with none in the shed. That one's going to fall 1 bounce short to mid-off, or wide mid-off, and that is the end of the over. An interesting one there from Burton.
9 runs off that over from Burton. The only ball that wasn't scored off was that last ball, dot ball. So 5 overs gone, none for 39. We've got 1 over left in the power play.
Does Bush continue, or will there be a change in game by the meandering monsoons? I think there's going to be a change of bowler. It looks like it might be the big unit himself, Jamie Height, is it?
Looks like Jamie Height coming into bowl. Right arm off breaks. Has been known to open the bowling on occasions, but in this case he's going to be bowling first change from the Vulture Street end. Bowling in his glasses, in his sunnies. Might have picked them up at the airport on his way down here this morning. Not sure about that.
As long as that's all he picked up.
No one else's luggage.
Yeah, well, anything else. But it'll be a great opportunity. A small crowd in here. Big Bash, obviously tonight. The heat of they will fly up straight from the airport to come in here, and then straight back on the plane to go back to Melbourne to stay in the hub. As we see Height, that's a loose one to say the least. That's going to beat the man in the infield. Goes backward of point, and Seed will come back for 2.
Yeah, I was looking through a few of the stats prior to coming down here, and it was interesting looking at the top 20 wicket takers at the carnival that was held in Bundaberg prior to this.
Ooh, that's an appeal. It's a late appeal there, unfortunately, from Height, which probably didn't help his cause. Keeper went up pretty quickly, but Seed remains.
Yeah, so out of the top 20 wicket takers, not a lot of North Queensland monsoons. They batted very well, but they didn't have a lot of wicket takers. The wickets got shared around in their games in Bundaberg, except for opening bowler Justin Dixon, who did take 6 wickets up there in Bundaberg back in October. So they'll be looking for the breakthrough to come from their other bowlers, and the other bowlers to chip in. Oh, run out.
Well, he threw it into the ground. I'm not really sure. There wouldn't have been any sun to keep that ball low, but he just didn't quite get into his mitt. He released it a little bit too late, and that allowed Mason to scamper through.
Yeah, Mason looked a little bit delayed in his reaction to taking that run. He is very, very fast, but
Oh, damn, straight through. That one's the sand shoe crusher and has found the wicket. The first one of the morning, and that is 1 for 42. Mason's on his way, and Height with the bowling change strikes 1 for 3.
Mason, 12 runs, out, bowled, all over Red Rover, and he's enjoyed his time out there, but I'm sure he would have wanted to continue on.
Well, he went in for a dance down the leg side, trying to whip it onto that big boundary with a lot of space, and it was just a sand shoe crusher that, if you're watching the replays, came for a little bit of a whooshka, and that's landed right on the popping crease and just scooted through, and bang, he's on his way. So the first wicket falls.
I tell you what he does have is a very high, big backlift, and that Yorker has absolutely jammed him up, done the damage, and the wicket has fallen. Monsoons will be very happy with that. 1 for 42.
Has he got a quicker ball height? I don't know whether that was pushed through a little bit faster on Mason. Nonetheless, he's on his way. So the first wicket falls. I said the first wicket this morning. It's been a long day. It's somewhere between 1:15 or something, isn't it? Yeah, local time. For those of you watching Bulls Masters, this is a culmination of a carnival that takes place in Bundaberg over the long weekend, the NRL Grand Final weekend. And the two sides that finish on top get the right to come down here and play a curtain raise to the Big Bash here at the Gabba. Last year's, unfortunately, of course, of COVID was a no-go. They've got the new batsman at the crease. Should be Baldock.
Jonathan Baldock.
And Height, last ball of his over. Can he strike again? That's short ball. They're going to go through a single. Big C. Now, Big C's going to go down to Baldock and say, listen, I've been out here for a while. It takes me 3 hours to get into first gear. No more of these quick singles. Anyway, you can see him sucking the big one.
Okay, so just double checking there with our new batter of the crease. It actually is Josh Nelson. Our scoreboard was just a little bit late to update there. So Josh Nelson is the new batsman to the crease for the Gold Coast Thunder. Now, Josh actually didn't make it to Bundaberg earlier in the year. He was involved in a Gold Coast T20 Grand Final at Metricon Stadium and was involved in a fielding accident, which involved broken bones, paramedics, ambulance, etc., etc. So he had to not attend the Bundaberg Carnival, the T20 Country Challenger for Bulls Masters up there. So good to see that he's on the road to recovery. He's here for the Grand Final. He's made the South Queensland countryside as well. So well done, Josh Nelson.
It's the first ball of the new over. Well, if he didn't want to play, he should have just said so. Burton into his second over. So did he collide with another player?
Collided with another player. Apparently it was
Lesbian.
Front page news down on the Gold Coast and on the news, on the TV
change
news.
From Chris Swan making front page.
Well, I was hoping Chris Swan would be here today, but unluckily not. Must be very, very busy with his pest control business down there on the Gold Coast, Swanee.
Yeah, well, as we know, he's got a small business, so he has to stay relatively away from the population with COVID running amok, as we all do. So if he can limit his travelling, even the napalm that Swanee splashes around isn't going to stop COVID. And there's that one's lovely shot, one bounce and no run. Chris Swan, one of the real nice guys at the Bulls Masters, unlike the pestilence Brendan Creevy. I don't know. Creeves, he should be at work today. He's the principal at a school.
Well, Creeves was actually the Bulls Masters mentor for the Gold Coast side the last time they won here in the rain-affected game. So Chris Swan more or less has taken over from him.
That's a swing and a miss. Yeah. Well, Brendan Creevy, after that win, his name is still in the whispered and quiet natures of Pineapple Hotel. The Chalk Hotel was shut down because of Brendan Creevy. The Aussie Nash. Look, anybody over 6'4", they have a second look. But yeah, he was successful. Another successful mentor being Mickey Polson. Mickey's Mackay Nitros, featured here twice. A win and a loss. You see Burton again. That one strays on the legs. A lot of territory to catch up. They'll come around for 2, and that's all they'll get. They move to 45 for the loss of 1.
I would think Mickey Poulsen could be, if he's not on the beat with his job in the police force, could be up Gameri way repairing a lot of fences with him and his brother Shane. They've got a property up there, and they got absolutely smashed last week with the rain and the floods of the Gameri township.
Again, right arm over, full toss. Found the man right there at extra cover and no run. End of the over, 1 for 45.
Better over from Burton there. He'd be happy with that, as would the rest of his North Queensland Monsoons teammates.
Well, that's the first over after the power play. I didn't see a lot of change in the field, and that was because of the new batsman in Nelson being on strike. But now with Seed, I think he might push all 4 of them outside the circle. So Height's going to continue from the Vulture Street end. The sun is on. So he's got a man at deep long on. He's got a man at deep mid wicket. Probably in cow if he can hit it that far, which he probably could, the big unit.
He's a big man. He's a big, strong man. And if anyone's going to do it today, him or the big fella from Gold Coast in number 9, Phil Tunnicliffe. We know he's a big, solid lad. Here we go.
Height, right arm over the wicket. Vulture Street end. That one's going to be smashed to the man at point. No run. Falls over. Does Nelson trying to back up the non-striker's end.
Yeah, interesting. They've gone with a 5-4 field here. Normally the off-spinner has the extra fielder on the leg side. Oh, that's hit nice and straight, and 1 bounce, 4 runs straight into the sight screen here at the Vulture Street end. Lovely shot, Dane Seed.
Yeah, he's thrown the levers. He's just over-pitched it a little bit too much their height, and he's taken full advantages. Seed moves to 29. Could be some carnage on his way if Height doesn't straighten it up a little bit. Foolish ball, that's better. That's almost like the ball that got rid of Mason, right in the block hole. But he stood his ground this time, Seed, not like Mason, who gave away.
Well bowled, Jamie Height.
Good comeback. Height, that one's going to be swashed. Oh, where is it? Nobody knows. There it is. Oh. Well, he's learnt very quickly, his Height, to pitch it up here at the Gabba. Anything short is toast. Again, right arm over. That one's a quicker ball down leg side. That's good keeping. They could have gone for 4.
Well,
White.
Here at the Gabba, the straight boundaries are the shortest boundaries. The square boundary is definitely the biggest. And interesting that he did throw it up. He got hit for 4 straight down the field, and he straightened up the long off. They've put an extra fielder out at. Oh no, they might have just had a substitute fielder there. Oh no,
out at Cow.
Out at Cow.
Well bowled there, Height. Quicker ball outside off stump. Beats the outside edge of Seed's toothpick that's in the big fella's hands. Was Craig Parry a little bit, but Popeye. And that one's outside. Chance out. Caught back with a point. He finds the man. He didn't have to move. And he's on his way. And Gold Coast lose their 2nd wicket, and Seed is gone for 29.
Nice knock from Dane Seed. Easy catch in the end. And he is gone skis. Oh, here we go. We've got the replay. We've got the replay screen set up. Thanks very much, Mitch. And it was like catching practice on Thursday afternoon at East Brisbane State School.
Yeah, missed that one through the hands. He's eating the next steak through a straw. This is good bowling from Height. He got carted downfield. A wide ball. Well, you've got to go after those ones, haven't you? And he can't believe he's lucky. Found him. The man at backward point. And that's the end of Seed. Caught Dixon for 29.
Now I'm thinking this will be the skipper of the Gold Coast Thunder side in number 3, Clay Beams, coming out to bat, who's also the wicket keeper for the Gold Coast Thunder side.
They've got to be careful here, Jason. 2 quick wickets, 2 fresh men at the crease.
Yeah, they'll want to be, the Thunder side will be wanting to get another partnership underway. You don't like to lose those wickets in clumps, as they've lost 2 fairly close back-to-back. 2 reasons, well, one definitely new batsman to the crease and another batsman in Nelson who's only faced 7 balls. So they'll be looking at rebuilding the partnership and the Thunder innings. But yeah, Clay Beams, he's also been selected in the South Queensland countryside. So he'll be going to that those games I mentioned earlier at the end of the month, vying for a Queensland country position as a wicketkeeper batter. Clay Beans from the Surfers Paradise Cricket Club.
Height getting both wickets on the last ball of each over. Interesting enough, there's a change of over that. I think you find that Burton's been taken off and there is a replacement at the Stanley Street end. So Burton 2 overs, none for 11. It's been replaced. Left arm around the wicket. That one's going to go backward a point. That'll take some chasing. And that will go all the way to the rope there for a boundary. So 4 runs. 2 wide outside off stump.
So to number 13 for the Monsoons, Herbie Hewer bowling his left arm orthodox around the wicket from the Stanley Street end. Into the attack.
Yeah, well, he's just learned a lesson there. And the funny thing about the Gabba, although this pitch here, we've had a lot of Shield games here, obviously it's 4 days, they're usually a lot greener. Even if it's green, there's very little bounce in the middle of these Gabba pitches anyway. Ever since the Olympics, it's just not quite the same. You've got to pitch it up, and that's been pitched up down the leg side. They're going to come through for 1. So you can see if it came off the bat. No, leg by. And it's just a little bit tennis ball in the middle, no matter whether it's white and hard. You really got to pitch it up. As you said, the boundaries, they're big, but they're spacious.
And the outfield is super fast. Super fast.
Looks like your backyard, mate, your lawn.
It's a putting green. The whole, not my backyard.
Oh, no, your backyard.
It's the whole surface is a putting green.
Green.
Fair thing. I was walking across it before, and it's like, wow, it's like carpet.
Delicious. Full toss.
Tossed up, driven down to long off, and Beams will take a lazy, easy single.
Yeah, they're just going to get their eye in a little bit here. As you mentioned, Simon Gillies is probably not watching now. He's probably out mowing his grass. He has a push mower. He doesn't use a petrol one. Wide.
Gilsey will be given the right on a workout. I'll give you the tip.
Yeah, well, he's got to learn to engage those blades. He's just not going to cut anything if it's not started.
Rides around just to look good.
Hewer needs to fix this up, and that's going to be swept away behind square leg. That will be 4 runs. So, yeah, Hewer just struggling with his radar at the moment. The length is okay, but he's just spraying down the leg.
Yeah, considering his field is a 5-4 field, I'm pretty sure his captain and himself would be wanting that line to be readjusted, to be bowling a lot more at the keeper, Adam Zabala, on the offside.
Well, he adjusted after a wide outside of the off stump with his first ball that got to hit behind point, and then he's straight on the leg side ever since here. See if he can straighten up with Hewer again from the Stanley Street end. A full toss. He's struggling with length. The direction was right there. Length was wrong. If he can combine them both, he's got himself a good pill. But this is the last ball they have, none for 11 so far.
And look, John, I suppose there'd be a fair bit of nerves involved in this. You know, a lot of these guys obviously have never played here before.
That's a better ball.
Good finish to the over. Well done.
See if he gets another one.
So a lot of these guys haven't played here before, and there would be an element of nerves in coming into bowl. I mean, I know there's it's a very, 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 very small crowd here, but still, you're on the middle of the
greats have been there.
The greats have been here, but it's the best ovals, the best field, it's the best stadium for cricket in Queensland. So, yeah, you can understand there being a little bit of trepidation involved, and you got to wait to get rid of those nerves, and hopefully things will pick up with your line, your length, and executing your skills.
Unfortunately, with T20, you don't have the luxury of getting it over to get your eye in. You've probably got 2 pills. After that, you've got to be on the song. So we're going to see Height continue. Remembering he got a last ball wicket from his first 2 overs. Thought about a ramp shot. Now, whether that changed Height's direction or not to compensate for what the batsman there and Nelson was doing, he's got the wide. Yeah, he's showing his hands. He's going, I fell for that, didn't I?
Wide ball.
Height again. Foolish ball. That's beaten the outside edge. Good ball.
Good keeping from Zabala, gloving very nicely at the moment.
Doing a great job. Yeah. He saved 4 wides there earlier. Up to the stumps. Height again. Goes the ramp shot. Doesn't come to anything. Hate the ramp shot, Jason, just quietly. Just total disrespect to a bowler. And being an ex-bowler, we deserve a little bit of respect. We're not bright. He's got a little respect, as Rodney Dangerfield would say, and that's been whipped off his pads to mid-on. And they'll turn for 2. Testing arm. That's not a bad throw. Straight might have caused some havoc. But yeah, the ramp shot. I just don't like it. I'd like to see a ramp shot go right under the chin of a batsman.
I'm okay with it. I just think it's the modern game,
it's
isn't it?
It's the theatre, isn't it? Hyde again. That one's been pushed
through the infield.
Go for 2. Well, there's always 2 there. Here's an arm. Jeez, we know what he's like with that throw. It's a good one. This is the last ball of Hyde's over. See what happens with this one. 2 for 66. Hyde has the figures of 2 for 13. He's got a beams on strike for the first time too, Hyde. Muggy conditions here in Brisbane, as it has been since 1843. It just doesn't let up here.
It's supposed to be a top of 29 today, which I'm pretty sure has been reached already if it's not gone past that, and humidity is high out there. I'm just glad we're up here in the air conditioning, John Devine.
Totally. We're out running some cables there before, and it is very muggy, and breeze doesn't get in here very often. Ooh. Wide outside the off stump from Hyde, so he's still got to try and finish this over. If a breeze does come in here, Jason, it tends to just swirl around on its own like a whirlpool effect, but it's got to get in here first, and that's not happening. Hyde again, last ball he's over this time. Oh, half an appeal. I thought for sure he was going to get the wicket last ball. And that's the end of Hyde. 2 for 14, end of 3 overs, and then the 10th over, 2 for 67.
No time out. Drinks break in this game. It will be pushing straight through, keeping in mind that this game, obviously being in inverted commas a curtain raiser to the Heat game this evening, the ground staff obviously need quite a little bit of time to get the field up to scratch prior to the Heat game. So, yep, no drinks break. Let's just push through 20 overs, straight through.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? The 12:15 local time start here at the Gabba, and due to finish at 3 something. I did write it down somewhere. 3:30 maybe?
Thereabouts.
If we go the distance, as we did 2 years ago, due to Duckworth-Livels, that's going to beat the infield. They won't go for 2 here.
So on the offside for Herbie Hewer, he's got 2 fielders behind point. He's got a deep point out on the boundary. He's got a cover and then long off. That completes the offside field, I should say. And he's noodled that one down to long on. On the leg side, they've got also on top of the long on a mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket, and a deep backward square.
Yeah, Beam's just giving the strike to Nelson, who's been there long. 15 off 16, foolish ball, and that's going to be swept not convincingly behind square, just the one. Big thick inside edge. This is better over here from Hewer.
Yeah, he's found the radar. He's got his line, got his length. He's looking a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, that last ball of his first over was a good one.
Yes.
That one's going to be hit straight back at him. Look out. That's another dot ball.
Speared that one in and bowled it into the wicket. Dot ball. Absolutely. Great.
That's a quicker ball. That's going to go through him and bowl him. That's what's happened. A quicker ball. I couldn't see it, but he's bowled him. And it's actually hit his leg stump, I think, Jason.
I'm thinking a number of the
monsoons played on.
I'm thinking a number of the monsoons actually didn't realise that the ball had got through and bowled clay beams. Here we go, replay, and it's just clipped the off bail, and it's actually good to see a bail fall off.
Yeah.
As opposed to Cameron Green whacking into Besto's off bail the other night and did not move. So that sees the end of the skipper of the Thunderside, Dane Beams, bowled by Herbie Hewer for 2. And it's 3 for 70. And we're in the 11th over at the moment.
They talk about top of off. We saw a lot of that, especially with Boland and Cummings, just looking for that top of off stump. Mitchell Starc to a lesser degree, but that's what you need to do here at the Gabba.
Well, interesting spending a little bit of time with Steve McGoffin up in Bundaberg, and one of his favourite sayings, and I read an article on Mags the other day, is the top of off never moves.
No.
And will never move.
So we got Hewer. After an indifferent first over, he's going to continue to the new batsman.
New batsman to the crease will be at the striker's end.
Big unit.
Big Phil Tunnicliffe from the Southport Labrador Club. And, yeah, he's also found his way into the South Queensland countryside for later this month. And he's another big unit that's more than capable of clearing the boundary here at the Gabba.
Yeah, they get him early. That'll be a big breakthrough, but he's a quality unit. That's at the end of the over here. Good over. Takes the wicket of Beams. After, like I said, he got a touch up for that first over. He's very wayward. He's hit back nicely. His skipper will be happy with his faith that he gave to Hewer.
So 11 overs completed, 3 for 70. Projected score at this stage, 128. But I'm thinking the Thunder would be looking further and further beyond that.
What do you think, Jason? Can you recall the score? That although it was a shortened game, wasn't it?
They made 150 plus. 150 plus. I'll just double check that.
I think that's par. I think that would be par 150. See if they can get anywhere near that. Again, right arm over. That's way outside off stump. Well, the pitch we're using is the furthest one on the left of the block, and that one is half a pitch that's not there again. So height, 2 for 15 now. Quicker ball, looked for a stumping. Not there. Check out the replay on that stumping, and those quick gloves. Anyway, in the meantime, they've gone through for a single.
These two teams actually did play against each other up in Bundaberg. They were both in the same pool, and the Gold Coast were rolled for 122 in that match off their 20 overs, and the Monsoons got up in the 14th over, 7 for 123. So both these teams finished top of their pool. They both won their semi-finals.
Just going down leg side, and he's been called through. Tunnicliffe will be saying that'll do. I'll do that. That's my quick one for the innings for the day. He's going to say that came off the bat, foolish ball down the leg side. That's going to take some chasing. I'll go for one. I think it might make it to the rope, and it does, and that is 4 runs. Straying on the legs, and too much real estate out there, Jace.
Great shot, nicely timed, didn't overhit it. The Thunder scored 6 for 153 in this final 2 seasons ago, before it was rain shortened. The Monsoons were 3 for 50, and the heavens opened up. So, look, I'm thinking at this stage it'll be around 135, 140. The Coast will be happy with. Anything more will be a bonus.
That's been slashed out to cover, needs some work, dives for it. And as he stopped it, no, it's gone for 4. So another boundary. Whether that was going to go all the way, had to do some chasing, and great attempt. Wow. Commando. 3 for 79.
The end of the 12th over.
Projected is 132.
Yeah, it's pushing up. These guys are batting quite well. They're re-establishing after a loss of 3 quick wickets. And little bit of a partnership here, and we'll get Gold Coast Thunder back on track. I did get a text from Simon. The text from Simon Gills was, the wife won't let me buy a ride-on mower.
Jeez, I tell you what.
Lofted down to Long On.
Just the one. Why are people so unkind?
That gets Tunnicliffe off the mark.
But he's loaded, isn't he, Simon? He'd have a troop of landscapers and garden folk.
Richest man in Bundaberg.
Have to be. Have to be. The man's got more bling than the car salesman. That's a lovely shot. Late. No run. Backing up. It was Tunnicliffe, which is unusual, but
I tell you what, Josh Nelson batting well though, isn't he? 24 off 22. It's been a really, really good innings so far from him, holding the innings together after a good opening partnership, but a loss of 3 fairly quick wickets. They've got to rebuild this partnership.
Well, you can get lost here at the Gabba, Jason. You can think, look how big these boundaries are. I've really got to swing through it, but there's so much space. You can get 2 pretty much anywhere. That's 12 and over. Found the fields when unfortunately backward a point for no run. But you know, I mean, it's just as you said, it's a whole new experience. It's the biggest ground in Australia, and that includes the MCG when it's full with the ropes all the way out, which it is today. And just got to get used to this. That's going to find a single mid on.
Hewer, hasn't he come back well after his first over?
You said it. I think you were spot on, Jason.
Yeah.
Cheers. It was his nerves that first over. He sprayed them all over the place, and
got his line, got his length, his action looking nice and compact, looking cool in the survey sunglasses.
I'll go for another single. Yeah, first when I saw him take the hat off, I thought Bono was out there, but it wasn't. The end of the over and the end of his third over, I should say here, 1 for 18. Heights finished 2 for 22 from the Stanley Street end, the Vulture Street end, I should say. So Hewer end of 3, 1 for 18, 3 for 83 after 13. And it should be a change at this end because, as I said, Height had finished his 4th and his spell's done. Number 10.
Chris Stanger, the man we were talking about earlier from the North Cricket Club up there in Townsville, coming in to bowl his left arm wrist spin, or as some people call it, Chinaman.
Stanger is a few people have asked me down here in grey cricket circles about some of the all-rounders and that have been in the country challenge, and Stanger's name always seems to a name that pops up. He can do everything the big fella is. He's coming in from this the Vulture Street end. That one's over the top.
It was bounced very, very short, but there was a little bit of turnout there for him for the wrist spinner. But if he could have that one over again, I don't think he wanted to put it on that particular length.
Well, I think if Tunnicliffe was the other end, it might have ended up. Well, he's still looking for it perhaps. Anyway, so let's see what happens now.
Bit of a long hop to start with.
There he goes, and belts that down to Cow Corner. They'll just get the 1. Didn't get all of that, did Tunnicliffe.
Mitchell Burton fielding down there on the boundary in the number 7 shirt for the Monsoons.
Yeah, Burton, 2 overs, none for 11. And this one's been smacked out to a cover. This should be fielded in the deep, and it is. Oh, a bit of a mix-up there, but they'll just stick with 1.
Yeah,
a good arm.
They may have been, if they'd pushed a little bit harder on that first run, a little bit of a misfield there out on the cover boundary, they might have been able to sneak through for a 2.
Left arm over from, well, he made that look wide by stepping away. If you have a look on the screen there, that's where he ended up. So he's a good bat length away from middle stump. So he gave himself all the room in the world, unfortunately.
Tunnicliffe taking a leg guard to the left armour Stanger.
That one's been smacked to point now. See if they put some pressure on Jason Shears. I'll go for 1. Tunnicliffe running to the danger end. That's never going to happen. Stay up this end. But great contest between 2 of the big names of Bulls Masters Country Challenge Carnivals in Stanger and Tunnicliffe. again. It's Vulture Street end. That one's been, well, it's deja vu.
Yes, the cover fielder, the cover sweeper out there, he's getting a bit of work in this particular over. And that sees the end of the 14th over, bowled by Stanger. And 5 runs comes off that particular over. 3 for 88. Projected score back under 130.
Yeah, Tunnicliffe needs to take control here. Nelson, been there a long time. And I think if he stays there till the end, Jason, that will be key to them getting a total of 140 plus. But Tunnicliffe needs to take this game by the scruff of the neck, which he can do.
Absolutely, very capable of doing. And we've seen that happen over the last few years in Bundaberg, at Salter Oval. Capable of hitting a big ball.
Well, there's plenty of space. We'll go through the field in a second as he comes in again. Foolish ball, and that's going to be, well, he's pulled that from off stump down behind square leg for 1, and that will bring Tunnicliffe on strike. Continuing his Hewer for his last over from the Stanley Street end.
So he's got, it's nearly a deep gully and a backward point on the fielding circle on the offside.
Yeah, quicker ball, almost hits his teammate at the non-strikers end, but they'll go through for a single.
So 2 fielders behind point, and they got the sweeper out on the cover point boundary. They've got a cover in the inner circle and a long off. That's his field on the offside, and on the onside we've got long on, mid wicket, deep mid wicket, and deep backward square leg.
Here again, that one's been, well, he was trying to put that one in over the East Brisbane School into the Aussie Nash.
That was a very round arm delivery too from Hugh, a little bit of a variation from where he released the ball.
Good contest. Nelson again waits, and that one's a full ball. Banks it down to mid-off for a single. Tunnicliffe comes on strike. He'll have 2 balls in this final Hero over. Does do some damage. 3 for 91. And no chance of rain here. Not for this particular match. Takes a step out, runs along the grass to mid-on for no more than 1.
So when do you reckon they're really going to press the go button here, John Devine? It's over number 15.
Yeah, I think they're pitching it up, aren't they? It's very hard to score off, and that one's again wide, unfortunately. They'll get a run there, but they come smart now, monsoons. They're starting to pitch it up. Not too many balls have been short. Most of the shots have been along the grass. And when do they tee off? Well, it's going to go through for a 1 single after a misfield from the bowler. And with the keeper up, it's very hard for anyone to take a dance down the wicket without giving an opportunity. And as you said, his keeping's been outstanding.
Zabala, yeah.
Zabala.
Goes well. Has repped Queensland country previously too. So yeah, it will be interesting here. Over 15. Just finished 3 for 94, projected score 126. These guys with 7 wickets in the shed probably now have to press the go button. They will obviously have a bit of batting to come. Joel Harrison, very, very handy with the bat. But most of these other guys, as we know, playing for their club sides, will be batting in the top 6. So they're not going to be any mugs with the bat. Stanger in.
Short ball, that's... Luckily, he's wide outside off stump, so he just come through for a single. He's sort of dull-handed forehand, or backhand, I should say. Now, let's bring Tunnicliffe on strike. Stanger and Tunnicliffe doesn't get any better than these two. And see who wins this contest. Stanger. Full ball, that's gone high in the sky. Is there a man there? There is a man there.
But
and that's going to be batted back in field.
That is an outstanding piece of fielding. That is brilliant. That is awesome. The number 5, Travis Bush. I'm not sure if we'll get a replay of that, but he has dived backwards. Here we go. Over the boundary and pushed it in for the number 2, Lachlan Ford, to come around and throw it in. Well done, Travis Bush.
I'm not really sure whether he's got some speedos. That's going to fall short. I'll come through for a single, but he wouldn't look out of place at beach volleyball in France. Is France where the next Olympics are?
I can't remember, but it could be on Bondi Beach.
Bondi Beach, that was outstanding.
Yes. Sydney Olympics 2000.
got to be stumped.
Ooh,
Must have just
beaten
got back in
outside
there.
off. That was an amazing piece of fielding. And we're seeing so much more of that sort of fielding out in the boundary across all, not only just in the Big Bash as such, but in all forms of cricket. It's something that's being practiced, and it looks great.
Jesus, quick.
Well done, Tunnicliffe. He got back really well. Awesome wicket keeping from Zabala, well goved.
Big fella can dance.
And probably will have the dancing shoes on later on this evening after the Heat game.
After they you do realise that if you're going to go home in a shopping trolley, the Aldi ones, you've got to put a coin in. Stanger again. Quicker ball. That's going to be whipped behind square leg. The man inside the circle. I'll turn for 2. And that's all they'll get. So the end of the over for Hewer, and that's the end of his, Stanger I should say, end of his second over, none for 10.
There's only
4 runs off it, 5
six-
runs.
2, 3, 4, 5 runs off that over. So you've got to be happy in over number 16, Stanger, only going for 5 runs. So that's what I keep saying. These Gold Coast boys, the Thunder, they need to press the go button here and get right stuck into this batting. Otherwise, they're going to fall well and truly short of the total of 140 plus, which is what I'm thinking they would really like to have.
I think it's Dixon coming back into the attack. I think Jason Shears from the Stanley Street end where he opened the bowling. He has 2 overs, none for 18. So he's gone for his strike bowler and Dixon. Right arm over to the big unit in Tunnicliffe. And he's got a man at deep mid on. Let's see if he takes him on. Dixon right arm over, Stanley Street end. That's going to go through. An appeal out LBW. Full length delivery. And he strikes.
Danger man, Phil Tunnicliffe, gone. Captain Craig McElligott will be patting himself on the back
Genius.
in making that particular bowling change. And that's a breakthrough that the Monsoons would really have wanted in these last 4 or 5 overs, knowing that Tunnicliffe could really take the game away from him in this particular part of the game.
We'll have a look at this one again, Jason. I'll get your opinion on it. The thing that held firm for me in this was the fact what the keeper did. And that was basically, he stood his ground. Yes, it was going.
Here we go.
And that was going to cannon into off stump. And you can see the keeper did not move. Now, I'm assuming it was for LBW.
Well,
I don't think it came off his bat.
Did he get a little bit of an inside edge? I just looked at Tunnicliffe looking at his bat.
Yeah, he has been caught. Zabala.
Yeah,
Caught.
inside edge keeper. They're always tough ones for the wicketkeeper, taking it off the inside edge. So, well bowled Dixon, well caught Zabala. Disappointing end for Phil Tunnicliffe.
Let's have a look at this again. And inside edge, I thought it might have been for LBW because it hasn't even moved. No wonder the keeper didn't move. He had to catch the ball. Always handy.
So the new batsman to the crease for the Gold Coast Thunder on strike in shirt number 14, Zane Beattie from the Palm Beach Cricket Club.
Full ball, and that's going to be found in the deep for 1. They're going to come for 2. This is good running. A lot of real estate out there, and they'll get through for 2 easy.
And this is what they're going to have to do
Yeah.
right here and now is, if they're not hitting boundaries, their running between wickets will have to be absolutely on point in order to keep the scoreboard ticking over. And that was probably hard with Nelson, who's probably prepared to take those quick singles, and Tunnicliffe probably not inclined to do that as much.
Again, 1. Do they take on the arm? No.
And the smart thing here for Beattie would be he's come in, get singles, get Nelson on strike. Nelson currently 36 not out of 33 balls.
So Dixon to Nelson, who's on 36. That'll be a single. Not really attacking the ball there. Probably should have pushed him for a second one.
Yeah, I think both batsmen then should have pushed harder on that particular run, because the fielder at long off didn't really charge in and attack that ball, so they probably could have put a little bit more pressure on him, hoping to an error and able to get through for the second run.
Now let's see what they do this time. They'll put some pressure on, scooting through, coming back. Keeper has to do some work and makes it home easy in the end. Good running, good cricket all round.
And that's what they need to do, the Thunder. They just need to really, really double up here with their running between wickets as much as they can. And the Monsoons, well, they've got to be charging in, attacking that ball. Quick release throws, get it back to the keeper or the bowler's end. Put the pressure back on the Thunder batters. That's a nice glide down towards third man. And the athletic volleyballer, number 5, Travis Bush, comes around from third man, picks it up and hoiks it back over to the wicketkeeper, Adam Zabala, with his left arm throw.
Well, 4 for 107. Projected up there says 126, which has been consistent. So you'd think with a flurry at the end there, you'd have to think 140 is a possibility. But with Tunnicliffe in the sheds, along with Seed, they might have to play smart cricket here and go for these twos and just try and run the feet off the Monsoons. As we see
Stanger
with his third over, none for 11.
Throws it up and it's hit straight. Doesn't quite get all of that. Just clears the 30-metre fielding circle. Travis Bush wanders around and fields it. Beattie gets a single.
Yeah, they might be a little bit gassed. It is humid out there in the middle of the Gabatoir. Stanger again, left arm over. Comes out high in the sky. Here's a chance in the deep. And drops it, unfortunately. And they'll come back for two more.
Got very big on him. I'm not sure if we get a replay of this, but it gets very big. I'm thinking it's Mitchell. I'm thinking it's Mitchell Burton down there at the deep mid wicket, cow corner type boundary. Went very high in the air.
Yeah. That's a quick run there. He's home safe. Yeah, it was one of those tricky ones. We might just play it again. It's one of those tricky ones, hands up or hands down. We hear it 100 times, and yeah, he'd got there. He did all the work. He'd sort of gone backwards, and then all of a sudden it was just grew on him.
Interesting watching the batsman, Nelson. Once he hit that ball, he'd resigned himself that he was going to be out caught. He put the head down and he wandered. Probably just a good lesson out there to all the young boys and girls. Keep running those first ones hard. You never know what's going to happen. Instead of picking up 2, he may have been able to pick up 3 if he charged through. Oh, and
bowled him, has it?
No, stumped. He walked past that one. Did Nelson. Quite a nice knock for him. 40 runs. 40 runs for Josh Nelson. Puts him in good stead playing for the South Queensland Countryside at the Queensland Country Trials for the end of the month in Toowoomba and Gatton. He's really held the Thunder side together with that knock of 40 runs. Lovely stumping by Adam Zabala. Nice glove work, and Stanger, he'll be more than happy to pick up that wicket at this stage of the game for himself and also his North Queensland Monsoons.
He's good with those gloves, isn't he?
Oh, he's top shelf, Adam Zabala. 5 for 112 in the 18th over.
Mind you, though, he had all day. Take him out.
Oh, it was a long way. Like the bat, Nelson ended up out of picture. That's how far down he walked past the ball. But look, you've still got to take it, and you've still got to take the gloves, the bails off. I've seen plenty of wicket keepers fumble it or miss the stumps altogether. So,
well, and bowlers, Nathan Lyon, just quietly. That great game at Leeds. That's bowled him, has it? Yes, it is. Busted through. And he's causing some carnage, is Mr. Stanger, as you'd expect.
Joel Harrison gets a first baller after I did give him a little bit of a rap earlier on today that he quite possibly could come in and get a few runs for the Gold Coast Thunder, but commentator's curse, he's gone for a golden.
Well, I'll have a look at the footwork, and this is probably brought him undone, I think, Jason. Oh, we've got to see if it's a legit delivery.
All
And
good.
It is.
All good.
Anyway, we'll go to the other end, but no footwork whatsoever, unfortunately. He just stood there and had a bit of a ding. Too good.
Slightly quicker ball there too from Stanger. Smart bowling. And Harrison just not quick enough to jam down on that particular ball.
Have a look at this one. Let's give you a bit of an idea of the way outside his off stump. Stanger could see all 3 stumps.
Yes, no footwork there from Harrison. Stanger, well bowled though. So that's over. 18 overs gone. 6 for 112. Dixon to continue the attack from the Stanley Street end, or the southern end here at the Gabba.
That's a full toss, and that's going to be swatted as far as extra cover.
Beattie, he got none of that. He got none of that.
It's like he hit a balloon.
Yes. Reece McDonald from the Broadbeach Cricket Club is the new batsman to the crease, who's now at the striker's end. Another South Queensland country representative.
The scoreboard is updating. It should be reached 6 for 113. Stanger getting 2 wickets at the end of his 3rd over. And will be on a hat trick if he has another trundle. So Dixon from the Stanley Street end. And the left-handed McDonald. First ball, Dixon. Foolish ball. Tries to put that into the gloves of Zapala. And he survives.
Dixon's bowling with some good wheels there too, isn't he? He's getting good carry to Zabala.
You got to wonder whether the skipper said to him, "Okay, you're going to come on. We need a breakthrough," and he's done that on the back of what Stanger did at the other end. So 6 for 113. Projection is going to start to dwindle. It's 124 at the moment. That's a foolish ball. They're starting to learn the monsoons. You've got to pitch it up here at the Gabba. And if you do that, it makes it very hard to get underneath it and try and score big.
So McDonald beaten twice outside the off stump.
Yeah, well, he's got a 3rd man to cover that wideish ball, but he's bowling to his field, and that's another foolish ball outside off stump. Finds extra cover. Man goes for a run outside. And backing up at the other end was...
Beattie makes his ground just 3 dots in a row. Gold Coast under all sorts of pressure here. Monsoons lapping this up, loving dot balls at this time of the innings.
I think he might have been out. He would have been. Anyway, still there. Fortune favours the brave. Dixon again, foolish ball. He's gets that left or the right leg out of the way and smacks it down to mid-on.
I'm thinking that's clipped Beattie on the way through. If we get a replay of that, John Devine, I'm thinking he's tried to hurdle the ball and it may have clipped his boot on the way down towards long on. Oh, out of shot. I thought I saw the ball deviate. No worries, all good. Back to live action.
So here we go this time. No, missed that one, but never mind.
Well, what an outstanding over. An outstanding over. Justin Dixon, over number 19. Only 2 runs coming off it. 4 dot balls. That completes his spell of 4 overs. 1 for 27. And he'll walk away going, yeah, I bowled all right at the Gabba, didn't I?
He did. Stanger will, you would think, oh no, maybe not. No, he's not. I thought he might be finishing here at the Stanley Street, Vulture Street end, but not to be. It'll be
the North Queensland Monsoons volleyballer, Travis Bush.
2 overs, none for 10. He opened the bowling, and he'll continue this from the Vulture Street where he started at 12:15 today. Well, they want to get past 120.
Well, they'll be hoping 10 runs or more off this particular over. Push that score up to 125. Pretty hard to judge the wicket at this stage too. It'll be interesting to see how the Monsoons bat on this particular wicket as well. It may be doing a little bit different. It's always easy from up here in the commentary box, isn't it? But it might be doing a few different things out there that we can't quite tell from here at the moment. But yes, 6 for 114, you would think that at the moment, Gold Coast Thunder are under par.
Left-hander McDonald is waiting for Bush. He's got a deep extra cover, deep mid-wicket, deep mid-long on. Goes for a swing. That's going to go behind square. Probably wasn't going to go there, or he wanted to, but it's going to go for 4. He'll bank that.
Yeah, for the left-hander, he's got a 5-4 field.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Thunder. He did stray down the leg side a little bit in his first spell with Bush. Let's see if he can straighten it up this time. Does. That's going to find the man, and that will be a caught out mid-wicket.
Easy catch there. I'm thinking that got hit up quite high on the bat by McDonald.
Well, he had to go for it.
Oh, absolutely. At this time of the innings. Here we go. He's thrown everything at that, and it hasn't even quite made the fielding circle. Quite an easy catch. Bush will be happy he's got the wicket. And that sees the end of Reece McDonald for the Gold Coast Thunder from the Broad Beach Cricket Club. And the new batsman to the crease will be the number 7, Danushka Mirapalarachichi. Plays for Southport, Labrador.
And he will get a lot of runs.
Right arm off spinner. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Sorry, it'll be at the striker's end, my mistake.
I was going to say, he'll get a lot of wickets with a name like that. It's going to really throw a spanner in the works up here in the commentary box. The Don.
I think they just call him Danny.
7 for 118. So, doing his job as Bush. But it was helped by the fact that they got to get on with it here. Had the Thunder. I don't think they've got enough. They'll need to bowl and field very, very well after change of innings if they're going to put some pressure on the Monsoons.
Well, based on the field settings, you would think that he's trying to bowl full and outside off. He's got an inside edge, has Mirapalarachichi, and that will race away to the boundary at the Stanley Street end of the ground. 4 runs.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that ball, was there? It's just got a little bit on it and beat everybody.
Did it miss the stumps by much?
In the end, it did. If he didn't, it may have actually missed the stumps in the end, but only just. Anyway, he's got 4 to the total, so that'll take him up to 123 maybe. So now for the right-hander, deep long on and long off, deep extra cover, fine leg, and a man on cow. Here he comes in, foolish ball, and that's a swing and a miss. Umpire thinks about putting the arms up, says no.
And that's the line, based on the field that they've got set here, that's the line that they're looking for, outside off. They've only got the 4 fielders on the leg side. There's a lot of real estate out on the leg side, and look, maybe bowling that line, they're encouraging the batsman to hit across the line, make the mistake, bring the false shot.
Yeah, Bush just needs to pitch it up with these last 2 deliveries. He comes in again from the Vulture Street end. That one's been smacked to the man at extra cover. No run. It was hit like a bullet.
That was an outstanding off drive.
Wasn't
it's
it?
gone straight to the cover fielder, and they pick up a single.
He's not going to shake that hand, is he? No, he's going to put it straight on the hip of the fieldsman. That would have hurt. It was hooting. Last ball. So a dot ball in the last over, always a good pill. Comes in. Foolish ball, and that's going to find that man at extra cover. They'll just go through for a single, so that will be the end of the innings for the Gold Coast Thunder, 7 for 124. I'll get you to go through the team list of the batting card there, Jason.
Yeah, Mason ended up with 12 runs, bowled by Height. Dane Seed caught Dixon, bowled Height for 29. Josh Nelson, lovely knock, stumped Zabala, bowled Stanger for 40. Clay Beams, bowled by Herbie Hewer, 2. Phil Tunnicliffe, caught by the wicketkeeper Zabala, bowled Justin Dixon for 8. Beattie, he remained 10 not out. Harrison bowled Stanger, first baller. Reece McDonald caught Craig McElligott, the skipper, bowled Travis Bush for 5. And the other not out batsman was Danushka Mitapala-Rachichi, who remained not out on 5 runs. So at the end of the 20 overs, Thunder 7 for 124, which John Devine, I'm thinking, is under par at this stage.
I think so.
Under par.
Yeah, just the quick bowling figures. Burton 2 overs, none for 11. Bush 3 overs, 1 for 20. Dixon 4 overs, 1 for 27. Height 4 overs, 2 for 22. Hewer 4 overs, 1 for 24. And Stanger 3 overs, 2 for 16. The pick of the bowlers. 7 for 124. We're going to leave you with the highlights. What's that, man?
We should be back here in about 10 minutes.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're going to give you the highlights of the first innings, along with some great sponsors. Bulls Masters, this is the Country Challenge final here at the Gabba between the Monsoons and the Thunder. Can the Thunder defend 7 for 124? As Jason Shear says, we'll find out shortly. I'm John Devine. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe, and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey, Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey, Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocha, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs. Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey, Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast. Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Second innings about to get underway here at the Bulls Masters Country Challenge between the Gold Coast Thunder and the North Queensland Monsoons. The Monsoons won the toss and decided to have a bowl first, and the Gold Coast Thunder managed a total of 127 off their 20 overs, 7 down. And now they'll look to try and defend that total. And the two opening batsmen, Jason Shears from the Monsoons. Who we got?
We're going to be starting with the number 14 in Dan Gartrell, and he'll be at the non-strikers end for the Monsoons, and at the strikers end, number 9, Sam Lowry. Now, both of these guys, very experienced cricketers. Dan Gartrell has been in the North Queensland Monsoons the last 3 or 4 years, and he's one of the few guys in the side that played in the Gabba final 2 seasons ago. He's from Suburban Parks Cricket Club up there in Townsville, right-handed bat. And the other guy, Sam Lowry, Queensland Country Player of the Year over the last couple of years. He's on strike, formerly of the CQ Seamers.
First ball, right arm over the wicket. Slash goes through. Fourth slip and misfield, 4 runs. Oh, not ideal.
Poor old Middlepolarachichi down there at the third man boundary.
Misfield. Spewing. First he gets a thick outside edge, goes through third slip. They've got a man at third man to cover that. They only allowed 2 players out, and he misfields and goes for 4. Not a great start here, but the Monsoons will take it.
And not something that the Gold Coast Thunder can actually afford, John Devine.
No. And I thought Seed should have had that's going to be a leg side, nicely kept, and they'll come through for 1. That's a leg by. Yeah, I couldn't understand Seed not diving at first slip there to cover that one that went through fourth slip, the big fella. He's flat-footed a little bit.
Yes. We'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. But anyway, so 1 more to the total. It's going down leg side, and they'll bank that, and that'll bring Gartrell on strike.
So Sam Yabsley, yes, opening the bowling from the southern end, or the Stanley Street end of the Gabba here, from the Burleigh Cricket Club. Right arm, fast medium deliveries. South Queensland Country rep.
Yabsley seeds that first slip for the right-hander, and that's going to be, he's played outside that one. It's gone between bat and pad.
I think it's, yes, might have beaten him on the inside edge of the bat there. Get a replay of that. Here we go. Gartrell, shuffle or front foot press. Yes, beat him on the inside edge. Not a lot of bounce there on that delivery with the new ball, as you were talking about before.
Really got to pitch it up.
Yeah.
There's no footwork there either there from Gartrell. He needs to plant that left foot down. He's going to take on Yabsley, and that's a foolish ball. Bowled him straight through, middle stump, has a big swing. He makes the breakthrough. The Thunder strike early, and the Monsoons 1 for 5.
And that's just what the Gold Coast Thunder would have wanted after posting a score that's probably a little bit under par at 124, but an awesome start there for the Thunder. Monsoons totally disappointed with that particular start, and in particular their opening bat, the experienced Dan Gartrell, gone for a duck, bowled Yabsley.
Well, have a look. No footwork. He had to get to where that ball was pitched. Swings across the line. Kapow, top of off. Jason Shears.
He was looking to hit that into East Brisbane State School and did not lay anything on it.
Well, it is a power play, but then again, they haven't got a lot to chase, have they?
And look, that may be the tactics from the Monsoons, that they're prepared to lose 2 or 3 wickets and going hard at it in this particular power play. It'll be interesting to see what the approach is going to be from the skipper for the Monsoons in shirt number 8, Craig McGallagher, the right-hander, who's now going to be at the striker's end, who's come out to bat to replace Gartrell. Sorry.
Yep. So, 2 slips now. No Gully. Gully's actually covered by third man. We've got a point cover. Maybe an extra cover or wide mid-off. So, McGallagher faces. Short ball. That's hit him in the ribs. Hello. Welcome to the middle of the gather.
And look, I think the Thunder have probably resigned themselves that they're not going to stop the Monsoons from getting this total. It's going to be a case of, we're not going to restrict them. We need to get wickets. We need to bowl them out. So they're going to need to be aggressive in the field. They're going to need to be as aggressive as they can with their field placements. And they've done that with having 2 slips.
Yeah, they've got to attack. He actually got some bat on that, did McGallagher. I thought it might have got him in the ribs. Yabsley, last ball. Stanley Street end, foolish ball. That's been pushed to cover. Lovely little roll there. We'll give all the judges gave him 8.5 for that roll, except for the Russian judge, of course. Always a little bit stricter. End of the first over, 1 for 5.
And the number 5 there for the Gold Coast Thunder, Daly Miller. He's the man that did the stunt roll there, and I don't think he's picked the ball up cleanly. He was checking out his fingers and maybe picked up a little bit of an injury there. He's still shaking it as he's going back to his new field position, but 1 for 5 after over number 1. Yabsley, he'll be jumping for joy at 1 over 1 for 4. And looks like the Gold Coast Thunder are going to open with their right arm off spinner, Danushka Mitapala-Rachichi from the Vulture Street end. And this will be an interesting move. We're starting to see a lot more of this happen along all levels of T20 cricket. Opening the bowling with a spinner, particularly when they're looking at matchups as well.
You know who started this? Dikpak Patel. I remember him opening the bowling for New Zealand against Australia many, many years ago. They said, what's he doing with this was in the 50 over game. He didn't open with a spinner.
Yeah,
he took 3 for or something.
Dikpak Patel, New Zealand off spinner. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
You're showing your age there, John Devine.
Mate, if I showed everybody my age, it'd be Stephen King will be on the phone. 1 for 5, first over, right arm over the wicket, around the wicket, I should say, from it's the Vulture Street end. Yeah, I'll call him young Danny. He's still got a slip here.
Yep, attacking.
Yep.
Fielder's walking in, good speed. Ball drops it, run out chance, and he decides to hang on to it.
Yeah, I don't know why he's hung on to that, because the fieldsman actually was coming around from fine leg, and he could have had a shot at the stumps there, but they are very mindful of the Thunder. They haven't probably got the total they wanted, so every run is valuable, but that was a good scamper through.
Yeah, McGallagher backing up really well from the non-striker's end. And in the end, got home safe and sound and quite comfortably.
McGallagher yet to get off the mark. The right-hander. So they got 2 men out. And one of those is a cow corner, the other one is straight at mid-on.
Just down here in front of us in the central commentary position.
That's a foolish ball. That's well fielded, and they'll still come through for a single.
Was that Dane Seed?
The big unit. Yeah, well, they put the heavy roller on that peach.
He's a big man, Dane
He's a big
C.
man.
But good on him. He's dived to the left and he's cut off the single.
I think so.
Because if it beats him, they're picking up an easy single there. So, and that's what the Thunder need to do. They need to get down, they need to get dirty, and then they need to throw themselves around out in the field here today to restrict every single thing. Because they're only defending 1, 2, 4.
Lowry on strike, the left-hander. Diminutive half he is. Quickish ball. That's going to be whipped over the top, and that will go for 4. Lovely shot there. Just straying on the pads there and lifts it over mid-on for 4.
He's a classy batsman, Larry, and I hope I'm not going to put the commentator's curse on him, but I've seen him bat a number of times. Hails from Gladstone, was teaching up there, played a lot for the CQ Seamers, got a new teaching job up in Townsville, moved up there, and obviously is now playing with the Monsoons.
Denny again, right arm around the wicket. That's high in the sky. He's a chance here at extra cover. Caught. Second wicket falls for the Monsoons. Thunder on fire.
You are kidding me.
Good work, Jason Shears.
Oh, Sam Lowry, I apologise. Just giving you a massive rap. Classy batsman. Yes. That's a massive wicket for the Gold Coast Thunder.
They know it.
Queensland Country Player of the Year, Sam Lowry, on his way for 9 runs. 2 for 11 in the over number 2. And the move of opening the bowling with Mitapola Rachichi, bowling his right arm off breaks around the wicket. It's paid off, and the captain, Clay Beams, the Thunder captain, he will be laughing at the moment, along with coach Seamus Robertson.
Yeah, good case there from Baldock. A lot of pressure, but he had his hands ready and good catch. And we're going to get replay here for Skyfleet.
Yeah, trying to hit across the line, trying to hit that through the leg side and getting the outside top edge, skied it.
For those who have joined us, we're actually on the left-hand pitch here from the Vulture Street end. So it's the furthest pitch to the left. So he was going for that short boundary, if you can call it that, here at the Gabba. And unfortunately, he skied it because to the right, you'll see there's a pitch to the right there. That's the pitch number 3. It's not the test wicket. The next one across is the test wicket, but so you can imagine how much real estate there is out onto the western side of the Gabba, the left-hand side. The eastern side, the state school side, is the shorter boundary. So he tried to hit there. There's Jason Shears there, across the line, and unfortunately, too smart, young Danny. Coming in again.
Jamie Height, the new batter.
Height, full ball. Attacking field. He didn't have a slip there, but he had that extra cover right on that second or third pitch away. So that's the end of a very productive over. 2 for 11. The Thunder are a little bit happier than when they went to the sheds.
Oh, look, outstanding. Outstanding. The Thunder have started this innings the way, obviously, they would have wanted to started. 2 for 11, as I've mentioned earlier. Only defending 124 runs. This is what they need. They need to pick up quick wickets, continuous wickets, keep getting those wickets in clumps. They don't want to allow the North Queensland Monsoons to have any partnerships. And obviously, the Monsoons, they now need to rebuild this innings by getting a partnership going between McElligott and Height. McElligott, Queensland Country representative. Height, a North Queensland Country representative. So a bit of experience out there for the Monsoons.
First ball, 2 slips. Foolish ball, full toss. Might have got a little finger on there, did Yabsley. That will be no run.
McElligott might have been in a little bit of trouble if that ball had cannoned into the stumps. If we got a replay on that, thanks, Mitch. Bowler's in.
Backing up a long way.
Okay. Backing up down the pitch. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a touch on that. And if he would have been out if that had hit the stumps, yes. Nice diving out. I think McElligott knows that too. He comes up with a bit of a grin on his face.
Might have a look and see what he does backing up this time. A little bit more conservative this time. Wow. That might be the first time I've seen anyone leave a ball outside the off stump from Height. Got a bit of pace happening, Yabsley.
Yeah, he's sharp. He's sharp. And look, Dixon was sharp from that end for the Monsoons. So Yabsley coming in from the
Stanley Street
Street end.
Yeah, you're running downhill a bit more at from that end.
Or as you call it, the Michael Nisa
Michael
end.
Nisa end, yep. Anybody wants to have a bowl, forget it. Oh, it's just 12th man, unfortunately. Again, right arm over. That's a quicker ball again. Finds the bat of Height. He gets off the mark with one behind square for his start to his innings, and they'll need to have a big one. Height's there at the end. They win it.
2 for 12, halfway through the third over. Yabsley looking very comfortable in his run-up. He's got quite a nice, smooth run-up. Good gather. Gets through the crease quite well.
Yeah, 6 overs is the power play. So still got a lot of men in blue inside the circle. That's going to find one of, well, there's 3 or 4 of them would have got that one. It still would have only been no run.
It's 6-3 field here for Yabsley, bowling from the Stanley Street end. He's got a third man, he's got a gully, he's got a point, he's got a cover, he's got an extra cover, he's got a mid-off. So I think the captain is indicating that he wants to bowl to the offside. On the leg side, standard mid-on, mid-wicket, and a deep backwards square leg more than anything.
He's asking to hit across the line, isn't he? There's a lot of space out there on the eastern side, and he's going to push that to a man at the extra cover. No run. Good field placement and good bowling. As you said, Jason, bowling to his field.
Bowling to his field, and this is what the Thunder will want to do, is they'll want to just keep dotting up, hoping the monsoons will get frustrated, make a mistake, false shot, wicket in some way, shape or form, or a run out as the fielders are putting them under pressure. And those fielders on the offside, they're right back on the 30-metre circle, but they are charging in.
Again. Full toss. Was it above waist high? We'll find out from the umpire.
Yes,
and it is.
Looking at square leg umpire.
So
Daryl O'Sullivan.
Free hit. First one of the match, Jason.
Yep, will be interesting to see how the batsman approaches this. Fielding team will not be allowed to change their fielding positions because it's the same batter on strike.
All right. Gallagher. He's 1 from 7. He could make that 7 from 8. See what he does. Free hit. Here we go. Right arm over. Full toss again, and that's going to find the man exactly the same shot.
Was that an instant replay?
I don't know.
He's found the man. Wow.
Well bowled.
McElligott will be really disappointed.
They're really hard to get away, aren't they? Those low full tosses.
Look, people think a full toss is easy to hit. It's a difficult ball to hit. And in this case, McElligott's hit it straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. And the Thunder, they'll be thanking their lucky stars in that they've come up with a dot ball on a free hit. Could it get any better for them? No.
2 for 13. So Yabsley finishes his second over, 1 for 6. Very miserly.
And they're going to continue with the off breaks of Danushka Midapalarachi from the Vulture Street end. Looks like he's going to continue to bowl right arm around the wicket, even though there is a right-handed batsman on strike. And that seems to be quite a trend too, that the off-break bowler is a lot happier to bowl around the wicket straight up, particularly in the T20 games.
Again, that one's going to go straight through him, almost bowled him. But yeah, Lowry got out that way, hitting across the line against Danushka. So they're going to try and work on Height the same way. Height would love, there's a lot of room straight. So there's a man in the deep here. They're going to go for a quick single. Do it comfortably. Brings McGallagher back on strike, but yeah, they're 2 down. You can pay to lose probably 3 in the power play.
Yeah, look, I think the tactics tend to be that once, if you choose to go hard in the power play, once you lose 3 wickets, you've got to close up shop. These guys have lost 2 wickets already. They don't seem to be wanting to push the envelope too hard, too fast at this particular point of time. It looks like they're going to play quite conservatively, build a bit of a partnership, build this innings, gain a little bit of momentum.
Danushka again. It comes out of the crease, and that's going to be squeezed over the top of point. Would have been the catch of the match, or the year even. They're going to take 2. Well, that's all I'll have. Wow. Outstanding fly like an eagle.
The number 5 for the Thunder there, diving to his left in Daly Miller. He was the man that didn't get much of a score from the Russian judge earlier.
Down leg side, no run.
With his stunt roll.
Well, I don't know. Probably should have taken that.
Outstanding effort, Daly
Turn
Miller.
the match, definitely. Danushka again comes in from the Vulture Street, and that's a straight hit. Has to come around and do some work. Let's cut that one off, but not quick enough. 4 to the total.
Yeah, Joel Harrison fielding it a fairly straight long on there. Just didn't have quite the legs to get around to cut that boundary off. Hit nice and straight, nice and firmly. Finished the over. A successful over.
Yeah, it was 8 off it, but 4 off that last ball.
2 for 21. 4 overs gone. 2 overs left in the power play.
If only Richie was here. McGilligan on 2. Danika's bowled 2. Yabsley's bowled 2. 2 for 21. So I think there's a bowling change there at the Stanley Street end. Jason?
Yeah, coming into the attack at the Stanley Street end, Reece McDonald to bowl his right arm fast medium deliveries. Going out of the attack after Yabsley has bowled 2 overs. 1 for 6.
Yeah, still 2 overs left in the power play. So got a slip in. How good is this? Well, Seeds actually was in slip. Now he's been pushed to. You'll find he'll go into that short cover.
Dane said he'd be disappointed that he's had to move out of slip.
Yeah, well, I think at the Gabba he wouldn't mind. Well, he's going to go to cover right on the rope. So it's 2 men out. One of them is a deep mid-wicket. The other one is just behind square on the rope as well, right in front of the pergola, where the pool used to be at the Gabba.
Yeah, disappointing the pool's not there anymore.
Well, I think a lot of people came out there with festering sores after a couple of days. They
Say,
thought it probably wasn't a good idea.
Might have been a workplace health and safety thing over there.
Mate, there's a lot of stuff floating around that thing. Some scientists are still wondering whether... Big swing, chance to go for 4, and it does. Couple of bounces, got hold of all of that. Short boundary, 4 to the total. Don't bowl short at the Gabba. Can't emphasise it enough. You put it in short, it's just going to sit up there and it's going to say, hit me.
McGilligan be very, very happy with that particular shot, lofted over towards mid-wicket boundary.
That's better. That's going to beat the infield, but not the second man. Mid-off, I should say. 1 more. Yeah, I don't understand how people still think the Gabba's got this great bounce in the middle of the wicket. It doesn't anymore.
Well, the English Test side found that out too, didn't they?
That's a lovely ball, and that's a lovely shot. Finds the fieldsman a mid-off for no run. And good comeback here from McDonald. Short ball the first one, and he's learnt. Fast bowlers, we get the message. It takes a while for it to sink in. He turns from the Stanley Street. Not a long run up. A lot of shoulder action in that. Full toss. That's going to go through wide mid-wicket. They're going to come back for 2. Good running. And that was well done there by McGilligan. He had to run to the danger end. He's happy to do so.
5-4 field here for the Thunder. And I don't think that full toss on leg side was part of the plan.
Monsoon starting to learn that there's lots of runs along the grass here as McDonald again. That one's been smashed through, extra cover. Lovely shot on the up to a degree. Seed's going after it, but there's a grey hand that's going to pass him on the outside. And they'll come back, but Seed's going to be the man who's going to throw it in on a relay. And they'll come back for 3. 2 for 31.
There's a race you want to see.
Seeds.
Dane Seeds racing out to the boundary, being overtaken by Daly Miller with about a 20-metre head start.
And it's downhill. Again, McDonald, right arm over. And that one's been pushed that man at mid-off. too hard there, unfortunately. Softer hands might have got a single, but end of the over. And a few more to the total as Monsoons start to head towards 128 for a win.
Yeah, 10 runs off that over of McDonald's. And the score's moved along to 2 for 31 after 5 overs.
Are they going to bowl Danushka out? It would appear he's going to bowl his third. There's 2 overs, 1 for 14. I think this is a good move. They've got to try and get another wicket. Still, this is the last over of the power play. Height 13, and McGilligan on 7. Height will fancy himself. Here's the power play. He's got the arms to do it. Here he comes.
Ooh, bowls that into the pitch.
I have no idea where that is.
And that's not gone
where
it was supposed to go.
And
it's dribbled around to the wicketkeeper.
Supposed to land in Graham Mappery's office at Toowong, that one. Quickish ball, and that's going to be pushed out to backward point for a single. Yeah, they need to realise the Monsoons, a lot of runs along the grass here, especially once this power play's over. I wouldn't be surprised if Thunder drop a couple more back. Steps out, bashes that one. That might go all the way, will it? Couldn't see from the side screen, but I think it's going to be 4 runs, 1 bounce. Lovely footwork there from McGilligan.
These 2 batsmen looking a little bit dangerous at the moment, aren't they?
Dance down the wicket nicely. Danushka now. What can he do? I think he's a little bit too wide, this man at mid-off. Anyway, comes in again. This one's been... whether they came off the pad or not, it's going to go behind square for the 1.
Well, just based on the field they've got here, John, long on, which is quite straight, and they got the deep mid-wicket cow corner. Everybody else has to be inside the circle. I'm just wondering whether or not they're wanting to target the toes, the legs, the feet of the batsman and wanting them to hit through the leg side. Because once it's through that offside field, it's gone, isn't it?
Oh, lovely stuff. The slowest dive I've ever seen, but it's come up trumps. Just the one. He almost dived and stopped before the ball got to him, the fieldsman. Bit off. Might have been our man, Mr. Seed, actually.
It was.
That one's going to go to the square leg. No run. Good come back here from Danushka, and that might be the end of his over, and it is.
So 7 runs. 7 runs off the over. 4 and 3 singles. And we've got 6 overs gone. 2 for 38. That's the end of the power play. And at the same stage in the Thunder's innings, they were 1 for 43. So you could say it's a fairly even game at the moment.
Yeah, they lost those 2 early wickets. They've come back, haven't they, the Monsoons, realising it's... you don't need to get this total in 15 overs. It's a grand final. There's no run rates or anything.
Is this Seed coming into bowl from the Stanley Street end? Looks like Dane Seed.
Number 15. That's him.
Number 15. Yep. So he'll bowl his right arm medium paces off a very, very economical run-up. Chris Swan described these in Bundaberg as right arm dibbly dobblers. And Chris would know.
Well, see, Stanley Street end, right arm over. That's belted too wide mid off for a single. Yeah, it's deceptive, isn't it? He just trundles in there, but there's a lot of upper body strength there. Send that white thing down.
Very much seam up. Keeper Clay Beams up to the stumps.
Gallagher belts that one over extra cover. They should actually try and get 2, but they're going to stay with 1. Height didn't want any piece of running to the danger end. Field remains for the 4 height. Seed, well, geez, he pushed that in. That should have been slaughtered. What did you call him? Doggly, what did you call him?
Dibbly Dobbles.
Dibbly Dobbles, there. That's exactly what that was. Should have been spanked.
Bit of a half tracker.
Seed, that one's better. And he's able to use the pace of the ball to find that man at deep mid off again for a single.
Things just seem to be a bit of a holding pattern at the moment, don't they?
It's game of chicken.
Yeah, the Monsoons are just happy to pick up singles. Now the field's gone out.
Finds can't get it through the offside. See, he's bowling very smart, isn't he? Just putting it outside off stump, full ball. There's another one that's going to find the gloves. End of the over. Good over there from Seed.
Great start. Really well bowled. 1 over, none for 3. Good keeping by Clay Beams off that last delivery to dot ball.
That's what you want. The first over after the power play only goes for 3.
2 for 41 after 7. And what's impressive there too with the Gold Coast Thunder is they've, obviously after the power play, they're allowed to put 5 fielders out if they wanted to. They've only put the 4 out on the boundary. They've kept the extra fielder inside the circle just to keep that pressure on and not allow the Monsoons to pick up the easy singles that would eventuate if they had the 5th person out on the boundary. So Mitapala Ratchie out of the attack after his 3 opening overs from the Vulture Street end. And coming into the attack, looks like number 5, Daly Miller, sporting the man bun.
A lot of mullets in the Youth Cup.
Oh, wasn't
Miller, full toss. That will be a no ball. It's going to be whipped behind square leg, and that will be 4. And is there a no ball call? Let's wait and see. He's got away with that one. Thought it might have been above waist high.
Yeah, Miller wiping his hands frantically after he let that ball go, as you do. Yeah, Youth Cup, Mullet City.
Well, Mullet City.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
It's the trend, it's the fashion, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, Miller. Well, interesting action. That's a quickish ball. They're going to go through for a single. Easy done.
Yeah, I never saw Miller bowl up in Bundaberg. It's the first time I've seen Daly Miller bowl. And
he didn't play in Bundy. He didn't bowl in Bundy anyway.
No, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He didn't get to bowl in the game we had on the main field. So it's an interesting action, isn't it? It's
well, I'd like to see if it spins. At the moment, he's having trouble landing it on the deck. Just needs it. It's, as you said, the theatre of being here at the Gabba. Just got to take your time. Here he comes again. Steps out, bangs out straight down the field. They'll only get the 1.
Picked up 5 wickets up in Bundaberg at an average of 9. So
holy smokes, Joel Harrison got a throw on him. Miller's still swinging his fingers from that one. That's one that's pitched up nicely. Extra covers, comes around for 1.
So the technique obviously works. You're not going to say it's a classic off-spin bowling action, but it's a technique that works for him, and that's all right. If it works, you stick with it. Oh no, they're leggies, my mistake. Yep. He's rolling them out the back.
And the over, well, what a mixed bag. And 2 for 49. Quite at the halfway mark, so you think the Monsoons are on track to run this total down quite easily. 7 for 2 to 127 for the Thunder.
So 2 for 49 after 8. McElligott on 15 off 20 deliveries, and Height 23 off 21, and this little partnership has got the Monsoons back on track.
Well, Seed's coming into bowl again. First over was good, only the 3 off, and that one's going high, and there's a chance man in the deep as he come in too far. Nope, swallows it. They made the breakthrough. Seed puts his arms in the air, Rocky Balboa style, And the big unit has got himself a breakthrough. 3 for 49. McGilligan's on his way.
Dane Seed absolutely pumped with that wicket. Well judged catch out on the deep mid-wicket boundary out towards the East Brisbane State Schools side. As we look at the replay, gets up and under, steadies the feet and watches the ball right into the hands. Outstanding catch in the outfield, and that sees the 3rd wicket lost for the Monsoons, and they are currently 3 for 49.
There he is, arms in the air. Adrian! Have a look at this. And McGilligan will be disappointed. That's the shortest boundary here, if you can call it that, here at the Gabba. Have a look at Seed here. There he goes. He's happy.
McGilligan noticed probably about halfway down the track that
Yeah.
Here comes the outfielder.
I might as well follow that ball.
I'm Gary Gonskis. So another little twist, just as the Monsoons was starting to get the upper hand, Thunder come back with a wicket. So it's setting the stage for a great finish to this match.
That's the thing about T20s, isn't it? It's lots of twists and turns. See it again. Quicker ball. French cut. See, can't believe it. Thought he had his man. Thought he's on a hat trick.
So it looks like Stanger. Chris Stanger in the number 10
Massive
shirt.
breakthrough of Stanger was rolled there.
Stanger on strike.
Well, they got Hewer up there on the scoreboard. That may need to be adjusted. Seed comes in again. That one beats the bat.
I'm pretty sure it's number 10 that's on strike. Yep, number 10 currently on strike. And that will be Chris Stanger from Norths up there in Townsville.
Yeah, Adam will straighten that up. Adam Tyndale, scorer there for the Monsoons. Quicker ball again, just squeezed backward a point. Middle picks it up. Just the one.
Dane Seed, who's he bowl like? Who does he bowl like? Coming off that many steps to bowl these little seam-up dibbly-dobblers. Great.
Wow, did he get a digit to that? I think he did. Went to his left hand, so he's got an excuse in that department. Not his.
That will be a fine and a shout.
He should have swallowed that one.
Here he goes.
It did. It got a fair bit of the hand too.
And they're pretty big paws.
Totally. Hands like dinner plates. Quicker ball. That one's going to go straight. Is there enough wheels? Lovely fielding in the deep there. They're going to turn for 2. No, just 1. So they've saved 3 runs there.
And that's the sort of desperation that the Thunder require in keeping the Monsoons honest. Great bit of fielding out there on the long off boundary. Brilliant.
Yeah, I think if they had gone for 4, Mr. Seed would have said, I will crush you. So, an eventful over there from the big fella. And gets the breakthrough, a much needed one.
9 overs gone. 3 for 49. Or is the scoreboard a little bit behind? Either way, Height 25 off 23, Stanger 2 off 3.
This one here's full pitch. That's going to find mid off, no run.
Daly Miller continuing the attack for the Thunder from the Vulture Street end.
Yeah, he mixed them up, didn't he, in that first over, but his skipper's giving him another trundle. Leg spin, whips it high, has a chance in the deep, and he's going to take, would have been an absolute screamer. So anyway, it's going to be 1 more to the total, but
Jonathan Baldock very disappointed himself. He's made some good ground to that. Had to dive forward. Always a tough catch diving forwards, but he has spilt the lollies. Disappointed himself, and that would have been another wicket, obviously very handy for the Thunder.
Miller again, quicker ball right in the block hole. That's going to find man deep mid off. I'll go through for another single.
Reece McDonald, the man fielding out there at the long off boundary, to move a little bit to his left. Rocket arm.
So the scoreboard's changed with Stanger out there now in height. Full toss. That one might split the two in the deep, and it does. 4 runs. Miller, hands on knees. Can't believe it, but give him a full toss. They're going to make you pay. I'd love to see him just take his time. A little bit more flight, Jason Shears, just to give that ball a chance to do something there. Just a little bit too flat. That's again a straight ball. It's going to go to the man in the deep and a single.
Yeah, I just think he's probably not quite quick enough through the air. The batsmen are finding it a little bit easier to get down the track to him. And as we know here at the Gabba, the straight boundaries are so much shorter, and he's getting pumped down the field. Straight back down the field.
See if he can finish it off. He'll probably get one. That's skied in the air.
Here we go. There's a chance. And 6 runs.
Well, he hands on hips. He threw it up there. A little bit more height this time. Good footwork. And absolutely pumped over mid-off. Thought it might have just fallen short inside the rope, but too many legs on it, and it's gone for 6.
So I'm going to make the bold call here. I don't think Daly Miller will get another over from this end. I think the captain, Clay Beams, will go, thank you, Daly. We'll go down for plan C at this end, at the Vulture Street end.
Just funny for Tunnicliffe. When does he come in? He hasn't had a bowl yet. C's going to continue from the Stanley Street end, so whether Tunnicliffe comes on from this Vulture Street end next over, I think that's Tunnicliffe doing some calisthenics there at mid-off, is it? Just trying to circle.
Just trying to identify.
He's got the beard. He looks like he looks like the lumberjack. He's doing some sort of. Well, that's all the Tunnicliffe warm-up needs. Just a couple of shrugs of the shoulders, and he's ready to go. See it again from the Stanley Street end. That's a quicker ball. Good glove work from Beams. Stood his ground. It's Beams to the keeper. Yeah.
Yep. Clay Beams.
See it again.
Oops.
Chase, what a catch you cover! Oh, Miller's come up with a screamer. Well, you mightn't get another bowl, but they're going to absolutely pat the back out of him with a screamer.
That's an outstanding catch at cover point, diving to his right. And Dane Seed, he is ecstatic. Here we go. In, diving to the right. He has got horizontal. Brilliant catch. Well done, Daly Miller.
He had no time to think about it. That's why.
An absolute hanger. And I'll tell you what, he was probably feeling a little bit down himself, and it'd been quite easy for him to go back out to his fielding position and put the head down and feel a bit sorry for himself. But ticked all the boxes there, Daly Miller. He stays switched on, and he's come up with an absolute hanger of a catch. And Dane Seed, he is a very happy man with bowling figures at the moment that are quite impressive. 2.2 overs, 2 for 7.
Well, we'll see. He's mixed it up, hasn't he? Quicker balls, one's in the block hole.
And it's the danger man, Jamie Height, that's out. 31 runs. He's gone.
Well, it's all in the laps of Stanger now, isn't it, to try and guide this monsoon ship? Because at the moment, the Thunder are just putting the screws on. Miller, unfortunately, that last over opened the door for the Monsoons, but Seeds hit back from the Stanley Street as he comes in again, quicker ball. And that's going to be fielded by Seed.
So the new batsman to the crease for the Monsoons, the number 2 from the Western Suburbs Cricket Club up there in Townsville, Lachlan Ford, on strike.
Again, full toss outside. Lovely shot through the vacant backward point region. Miller goes after it, and they'll turn for 2.
Miller's quite sharp across the turf, isn't he?
Well, compared to Seed, yeah. Ford gets off the mark. Lovely 2 backward a point. Too much width there from Seed. He's changed the. I thought he's going to change the field. Seed said, "You go get that ball for me." So he's sent
Phil Tunnicliffe?
Phil Tunnicliffe around the field, that.
Well, he's probably said, Phil, you need to warm up before you bowl.
Oh, a chance there. So he's had a chance on the left hand, now on the right hand.
It's all as the great Bill Laurie says, it's all happening here at the Gabba.
The seed. Have a look at this. It was planted and, yeah, should have swallowed that one. That was going to go backward a point again. That will go for 4.
Nice shot.
Yeah, long boundary there, but it's downhill along the grass.
Well done, Lockie Ford. Off the mark with the boundary.
Well, what an over from Seed. He's absolutely turned this game on its head. 4 overs, 2 for 13.
My apologies. Ford had already got off the mark with a 2, and that's the first boundary of his innings. So he's now 6 runs off 4 deliveries. Stanger 10 off 6. 11 overs gone. 4 for 73, chasing 125 as their winning target. Now, here's the decision. What are we going to do? Who are we going to bowl from the Vulture Street end here for the Gold Coast? I'm thinking it's not going to be Daly Miller, despite his gymnastic efforts in taking a catch in the last over.
I think it is Tunnicliffe. That was my guess when he was doing some limbering up.
Looks like he's getting his field set. Cap has come off. Umpires not holding on to the caps of the players. It's up to other fieldsmen to hold on to the caps, and they usually either put it in the back of their trousers or do the 2-cap thing. So Phil Tunnicliffe to bowl his right arm medium pace outswingers from the Vulture Street end.
Yeah, he's in the similar vein, isn't he, to Seed? It's not a lot to the run-up, probably maybe twice as long as Seeds, I suppose, but it's all shoulders from Tunnicliffe. He'll be disappointed with what he did with the bat. See if he can right the wrongs of that with the ball. It's the Thunder. They need another wicket. Stanger's out there. They get rid of Stanger. They'll fancy themselves here to the Thunder. So Tunnicliffe. Quick ball, squeeze to backward point, miss field. And they'll turn for 2. They're going to come back for 3. Whoa, there's a whippet out there. Great running there from Ford.
Yeah, Zane Beattie was the fielder just behind square who's missed that one. Yeah, 3 runs it's cost them, and I don't think Phil Tunnicliffe is overly impressed with Zane Beattie at this particular point of time.
Tunnicliffe, big fat lumberjack. He'd have an axe in the back of the car. Just be careful, boys.
And the next time at Southport Labrador, Phil Tunnicliffe's team plays Beattie's team.
Seed, diving. He's probably stopped 2 runs there. Oh, magic start from the big fella. And that's hard there too. He's really come to the party today, hasn't he, young Seed?
It's interesting, they've popped Dane Seed into that mid-wicket position there inside the circle because he's got a lot of work to do in there, a lot of ground to cover. That's whipped.
Yeah, that is 4. Well, interesting enough, Seed, he reminds me of the Super Cat. Clive Lloyd in the covers and mid-wicket reach and big hands. Lumbers around, but nothing gets past him. You might get around him, but you won't go through him.
The great West Indian skipper of the 70s and the 80s. Clive Lloyd.
Clive. Second coolest man on the planet at the time, behind Viv. It's Tunnicliffe now trying to get this breakthrough. Stanger on strike, he's on 17, shortish ball, is going to be smacked a late cut through backward point. Lovely slide, which you can do here.
Yeah, the Gold Coast are at a stage now where they've just got to start taking wickets. They've just become a little bit loose with both their fielding. They've got to get back onto a solid line and length. They need to start dotting up and putting the pressure back onto the monsoon batters here. The monsoon batters are just probably finding it a little bit easy at this point of time of the innings.
Yeah, Stanger's the key. They get rid of him. They've got a chance. Just soft hands to 3rd man for a single. That will be, well, Beam's towards the end of the over, but I think there's still one to go. There is.
Yeah, 11 runs off this over so far with 1 ball remaining. Definitely not what the Thunder ordered.
That's wide outside of the off stump of Tunnicliffe.
And that's definitely something that Tunnicliffe didn't order.
Filthy. That's one more to the Monsoons. Tell valuable runs too. So the Tunnicliffe turns again, trying to get the breakthrough. Oh, what a dive and great catch there from the keeper and Beams. Tunnicliffe makes the breakthrough. What a screamer. Ford's on his way. And there's the wicket they so desperately needed, the Thunder. 5 for 85.
It's rocks or diamonds here with both the bowling and the fielding, isn't it? They've bowled some terrible deliveries that have been punished by the Monsoons, but then they've come up with some fantastic deliveries that have picked up wickets, and the fielding, outstanding catch from the wicketkeeper for the Gold Coast Thunder there in Clay Beams. And once again, there's another sting in the tail, another twist in the tail, so to speak.
Yep. He just drops his head. Tunnicliffe says, goodness for that, because he was getting absolutely carted. Wasn't the prettiest of overs there from Tunnicliffe. But anyway, makes the breakthrough. Stanger's still out there, though.
And he's the key man, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, Hero is a big unit as well. Look at, he moseys on out to the middle. Not in any great hurry.
Oh, he wanders over to have a chat with his teammate, Chris Stanger.
Now, I'll see if I can do a commentator's curse here, Jason Shears, and I'm going to say there won't be too many quick singles between these two.
They're both fairly solid boys.
I reckon they could probably turn at least a 3 into a 1. Seed 1 over to remaining in his spell, 2 for 13.
A comfortable 3 into a tough 1, you reckon?
Yeah, and that'll be labouring. And they'd fancy themselves in the field. They were running for that single on a 3.
Right, Tunnicliffe 1 over, 1 for 12. And that's 12 overs gone, 5 for 85. Seed in again.
Full toss, and it's punched out to cover for a single. Well, lone man outside the circle on that western side here at the Gabba. Still only the 13th over. Plenty of time for the Monsoons.
Oh, they're in the box seat now. They don't have to do anything silly. The field's out. They can pick up lots of singles.
Yeah, what's that? Well, the pad come through for a single. Nice little roll in the picking that up. That's his brings Stanger on strike. He's on 21.
Off 11, looking very comfortable.
High. Now there's a chance that the man can come in. He needs to get on his bike. He's coming in and he's going to take a great catch in the deep. Oh, C's got his 3rd wicket. The Monsoons have lost their 6th. Look out. We're in for a good finish here at the Gabba. Bulls Country Cardinal was going nuts.
I'll tell you what, I haven't picked up who the fielder is, but he has whipped that ball in the air. It's nearly gone into the grandstand. He is pumped that he's taken this particular catch. Here we go. Camera work. Oh, there we go. Didn't he whip that? That's an outstanding catch. He had a lot of work to do. And he got there, steadied, watched the ball into the hands, and then he's celebrated appropriately. And what do we got? Seed 3 for?
3 for. They got rid of the very dangerous Stanger. This game has just been turned on its head by Daniel Seed.
Well, there we go. Key wicket, Stanger. We've put the mocker on him again. Or should I say, the mocker on the batters that have been doing well. Give them a wrap, boom, out.
So Seed, well, he's 3.5 overs, 3 for 15. He isn't finished yet.
And look at the score. 87.
87.
The Devil's number. Always something happens. That score of 87. So the new batsman to the crease for the Monsoons. Looks like number 7, I think, Mitchell Burton. Oh, that's a nice shot out to the cover boundary. That ball went high from Stanger, didn't it? It was plenty of hang time there.
And a little bit of sun might be coming into it too, so it was a really good take.
Yeah, I actually thought he left his run a little bit late there, Harrison.
Seed again. More left in his spell. 3 for 16. Burton. And they'll just come through for a single. So the end of Daniel Seed's spell, 4 overs, no maidens, 3 for 17. Probably, well, his own fault. He dropped 2 catches himself.
They were pretty hot chances, but he got a hand to them. So, yep, there will be something in the fines kitty there for Dane Seed. But outstanding bowling. He's got to be happy with his effort there. His captain, his teammates are going to be happy, as is the coaching staff. He's just now got to back it up in the field and keep throwing himself around a la the Super Cat, Clive Lloyd, West Indian skipper from the 70s and the 80s. Okay, so Tunnicliffe you would think would continue, even though he had a few runs taken off him, 12 runs in that last over. He did get the wicket.
Is it enough to give him another one? He's in the middle of that group, and he's pointing left, right, and centre, a bit like Jarvo.
So Phil Tunnicliffe to continue to bowl into his second over from the Vulture end.
Bit of a breeze starting to pick up here in the middle of the Gabba too, which is interesting in itself. Anyway, short ball is pushed to point. Thought about it. They had a chat in the middle.
Well backed up. Throw was a little bit wild. Good to see the Thunder fielders being proactive out there, working off the ball beautifully, and they've got to be like that for the rest of the innings. They've got to save every single thing that they can at this point of time of the match.
Tunnicliffe again. That one's right on middle stump. Has he got a finger on that? He didn't appeal.
Wicketkeeper and skipper Clay Beams, he was very vocal for the run out. He's probably further away than anybody.
Yeah. You and I are closer.
Umpire not interested. Darryl O'Sullivan.
No, just got back in there. And they'll go through for another quick single. Direct hit. It was a direct hit. They won't go for another run. Like I said, Hoyer not the most. He's not going to have the bat in it. And the relay, is he?
No.
He might have the starter's gun. Anyway, Tunnicliffe.
Maybe the third runner.
Third runner, maybe.
Maybe the third
most
runner.
Important one. A little better over here from Tunnicliffe at the moment. One off it so far. It's his 4th ball. Oh, that's a chance. That's hit him in the knee. I think that would go down as a chance, Jason Shears.
We see the replay. I think he's got hands to it. It looked quite low, but it's come straight to him. Here we go. And Jonathan Baldock. Ooh.
There's a chance. I don't think.
Yeah.
Missed his hands. Might have a.
Baldock after it again. Sliding save, keeps it to 1. Wasn't the easiest of catches, but Baldock, he'll be disappointed in himself that he didn't take that and pick up the 7th wicket.
Coming like a bull, and as we've said before, this one he's been pushed through cover for a single. You can lose it with the chairs and the stands sometimes, but at the moment that was probably low enough for him to actually take it.
Yeah, and look, with the white ball, there is plenty of white signage, and it can get easy to lose sight of the ball with the white backgrounds and the white signage. But yeah, he'll be disappointed that he didn't take that and bring about the 7th wicket of the monsoons. So what have we got? 14 overs gone, 6 for 93, chasing 125 for victory.
So 6 overs to reel in a total of 32. So 32 off 24. No, 32 off 36, I should say.
Yes,
Easy.
32 off 36.
Big thing is a 6.
Well, in theory it's easy. But as we've seen in a lot of T20 games, it only takes a wicket, turns the momentum, and then the batter's waiting. Batter's coming out. Start to get a little bit nervous. Not clear in the mind about what their role is, what their job is.
A lot of talk here, I think you find it. Is that Yabsley coming back on?
Yeah, I think what they need to do here is bring him back into the attack. You would consider him to be their best bowler.
Is that him? I think it is.
Yep. Sam Yabsley.
1 for 6 off 2 overs, and remember those 2 overs were in the power play.
So I think this is a smart move.
Yeah, the Thunder have got to throw everything at him now.
Yep. Good skippering, good captaincy from Clay Beams.
Most of his bowling changes have brought results. But Tunnicliffe, well, it took him 2 overs to get his first wicket.
They got 4 inside the fielding circle and 5 boundary riders. Let's see how Yabsley goes.
That's right on point. That's a good ball. Good start. Just a single. Nothing wrong with that. Pitching it up, just straying a little bit onto the pads, but good start. Stanley Street End. Warm conditions here at the Gabba. Forecast of 29. I think we've gone past that. And the whole field bathed in sunshine.
It's a picture, isn't it? It's lovely. These guys playing their game out here. Grand final. Country cricketers in the big smoke. Fantastic.
Yabsley. Just pushing that. Going for a single. Tunnicliffe has a shot at the stumps. Well backed up. I wouldn't have thought that Hero was going to come back anyway.
Dane Seed on point. Throwing himself about there at mid-wicket in the backing up process.
So you reckon he's going to bust some moves under the mirror ball tonight somewhere tonight, Jason?
He would definitely bust some moves. He's had a great game, hasn't he?
He has. He opened the batting. Again, Yabsley. Lovely action coming in. That finds the middle of the bat. They'll go through for a single. Just whittling away at this total. 6 for 96.
And see, that's what... That's all that the Monsoons have to do, and I think the Thunder probably have to take a little bit of a chance here and bring 1 or 2 more players into the circle, because at the moment they're just getting singles. They need dot balls or they need wickets.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Bowling his heart out is Yabsley. Again, that one's a full ball. That's going to find the man at extra cover. Might been that man Miller. An absolute screamer earlier. To get rid of height.
So Burton 4 off 8. Herbie higher. 6 off 6. Herbie higher. Herbie Hewer.
Hewer. Short ball. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Oh,
wide.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I find that a little bit.
Well, we'll have a look. Well, probably need the side-on replay for this, but.
Okay. His call.
Umpire Steve Stimpson at the Stanley Street end.
So I'll have to bowl that one again, and 1 more to the total. That's glided down. That is a shot on purpose. Only the one. 98. Beams got the glove off quickly there. Reminds me of a Shield game with Jimmy Pearson. Threw his glove off, went to field the ball. And mucking around, Matthew Renshaw picks the glove up, puts it on thinking nothing of it. Next one, the ball's thrown at him. So Matthew Renshaw's caught it. 5 runs.
Yes.
I think he might have been a bit of trouble later. I don't know whether Jimmy threw it to him on purpose or not, but anyway, Yabsley again from the Stanley Street end, finds the middle of the bat. Yeah, very funny. Well, Renshaw is a rampant little puppy in the field.
Not funny to most people, but not the Queensland Bulls, Jimmy Pearson or Matthew
No,
Renshaw.
no, Matthew Wade wasn't happy. Shield game was Probably. It didn't matter that much. I don't recall the state of play at the time, but it was, yeah. But one thing you can say about Matthew Renshaw, he certainly lifts his teammates in the field, zips around. So the end of the over, 6 for 98. Got 5 overs to go. So 27 off 30.
So comparatively speaking, yeah, 15 overs, 6 for 98. The Monsoons, Gold Coast Thunder were 3 for 94 at the same stage. So Monsoons requiring 27 runs of 30 deliveries. Change of bowler at the northern end. The number 10 for the Gold Coast Thunder, Jonathan Baldock, into the attack.
The Vulture Street end, and that's off the back foot. Oh, lovely fielding. I'll get one still. May have saved one. That was from Danushka.
So Baldock bowling right arm over the wicket, bowling his medium fast deliveries. Might have been, I don't know, it's a hindsight thing, but might have been a better option than Daly Miller earlier on.
Just wonder whether Danushka needs another bowl. But anyway, Baldock again. Right arm over. That's what a
catch! Screamer!
An absolute screamer! An extra
Who is it?
cover.
Who is it?
The big man Seed has got himself a catch. Oh, the big unit floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee.
Let's have a look at that on the replay. Seed, a hanger to his left. I reckon he's left the ground. He's defied gravity. Here we go. Great camera work. That is an outstanding catch, an outstanding piece of fielding. And once again, T20 cricket, there's another little twist in the tail. Wow.
Left. We'll have it.
Clay Beams, he's made the bowling change. He's brought Baldock into the attack from the Vulture Street end. And on ball number 2, it has worked an absolute treat.
Here he is in the background here. Have a look at this. Oh! And it's with his left hand.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding.
He's gone with 2 hands. This is a great little bit of camera work. He's gone with 2 hands, but he's pouched it purely and simply in his left hand. And I tell you what, he's loved it. And if we can get a replay on that again, as he gets up, he's advertising the tradie undies.
He's got the plumbers happening.
Outstanding.
Here it is.
Here we go. Here we go.
Has he got the bonds or has he got the tradies? Here
I'm going to call the tradies.
Well done. Daniel Seed.
Well done. Daniel Seed, outstanding in all departments.
Baldock gets a wicket. 7 for 99. Thunder are back. And they'll push that down to mid-on. They're going to push for 2, putting some pressure on. And Baldock will... Sorry, Joel Harrison had to get on his bike to cut that down to a single, I should say.
So the new batsman to the crease who just hit that single is the experienced Justin Dixon, Queensland Country rep, North Queensland Country rep, from Suburban Parks up there in Townsville.
Yeah, that brought up the 100 for the Monsoons. And that's a thick outside edge that'll find third man, 1 run. What a catch. We saw one earlier from Miller at point. And see, anything you can do, I can do better. And that was an absolute ripper to his non-dominant hand.
And look, any cricketer at any level would have to be happy with those catches that Miller's taken and that Seed's taken today. They're just outstanding pieces of skill execution.
Baldock again, that's way outside off stump. Late cut there. That'll go for 4. Valuable 4 runs. Baldock won't be happy with that ball. It just sat up and had to be hit. Danushki was standing at backward at point. He couldn't do anything about that. And it whistles to the fence for 4. Shortest boundary on the ground from that end. The Monsoons, wow. 7 for 105. 20 more required. There's 4 overs left after this one. So they're ahead on ball to ball, but Thunder need another wicket. They'll come through for a single and a comfortable 1 run. Well run. End of the over, 7 for 106. And The nerves are starting to mount. I imagine if you're in the monsoon shed, there's a little bit of almost got the Ben Stokes about you.
Yeah, he didn't really want to watch that test match, the end of the test match the other day, did he? But yeah, look, it's 7 for 106. The ball's right in the Monsoons' court here. Like, the game's there for them to win. But as we can see, as we've said before, cricket's a funny game, and it only takes the odd wicket, changes the momentum, and you can imagine the batters that are still to bat for the Monsoons, they'll be nervous.
Well, I don't see anything about Dixon and Burton that suggests they're a genuine tail enders. These guys can hold the bat. They're just playing it at soft hands, taking the quick singles.
Yeah, and as we've mentioned before, the guys that are playing at this representative level, when they go back and play for their club teams, you know, they're batting in the top 5 or 6.
True. Well, nothing like a couple of bowlers to win a game, win a batsman's game.
Broad and Anderson saved the test match for the Poms.
Exactly. When they should have been in an ice bath with a Cuban and a fresh one. Tunnicliffe, he's been switched around to the Stanley Street end. He did bowl his first 2 overs from the Vulture Street end where we are, but anyway, Dixon on strike. He's on 6. 19 required. Look at this quick run. Tunnicliffe comes in, but they were home safely. Good call, good run.
And that's all the Monsoons need to do. They just need to bunt it around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, I think the Gold Coast have only got 4 fielders. No, they've got 5. My mistake. They've got 3 on the offside inside the circle, 2 on the leg side. Good captaincy from Clay Beams there.
He's got a trump-carded extra cover. The giant man casting his shadow and Daniel Seed. That one's a lovely shot. They might beat both fieldsmen coming around to cut it off. There was
Zane Beattie. Yep.
Thought it might have been enough pace to get it, but it's a long boundary out there. Pitch we're using today, for those watching, is the furthest one on the block, the most eastern side. Pitch number 1. Tunnicliffe again. Burton waits for him. Burton whips that off his pads. Now, if they're quick enough, they'll get 2. They spin. There are a couple of whippers out here. They're Santa's little helpers. As in the whippet from The Simpsons. It's scooted along there.
Is it worth them bringing that fielder in and encouraging them to hit across the line out to there and hoping to get a wicket? At the moment, it's an easy single through that area, through mid-wicket. They haven't got a lot of runs to play with.
Yeah, Tunnicliffe needs to really pitch this up, and I think Tunnicliffe might be actually suggesting to bring a man across. But he needs to bowl to his field. Probably bowl a little bit closer to the umpire and tighten him up a bit. They're going to go for a single, so you're right.
It's in that area, isn't it?
Money for jam there.
Yeah.
And they're just doing it easy here, the two bowlers. 7 for 112, 13 now required. Will be 18 deliveries, or 19 now. Monsoons don't need to do anything crazy. Tunnicliffe again, trying to get the breakthrough. Dot ball, Seed, you're not going to run on that arm. End of the over. 7 for 112. 3 overs remaining, so
13 off 18. And it's getting to the stage now the Thunder probably need a little bit of a miracle here. They need wickets. And 3 very, very quickly with plenty of dot balls. Burton, 12 off 14. Dixon, 7 off 6. And they've been quite calm in putting together a little bit of a partnership here to get back on track to a degree.
McDonald coming on, I think. Which, I would have thought maybe take a big punt and put Danushka on.
Yeah, Reece
Especially
McDonald.
against tail-end bowlers, batsman, I should say.
Reece McDonald, after that 1 over from Bulldog, and probably a bit harsh there. 1 over, 1 for 8.
Anyway, McDonald
Does bowl well, though, McDonald.
Whips that off his pads. That's a lovely shot there from the number 7. Goes backward of square. They may turn for 3 on the throw, and they do. 7 for 115, 10 required now. Monsoons. Yeah, we said it at the end of the first innings, didn't we, Jason Shears? They didn't have enough, the Thunder. A couple of moments there. Seed comes on, gets 3 wickets. Glimmer of hope, but the Monsoons just playing smart cricket now with their...
So Clay Beams has just signalled to his long off fielder and his cover sweeper, let's get inside the circle.
They need to suffocate them.
Yes, they need to build up the dots here. So they've gone with only 3 boundary riders, third man long on and deep mid-wicket. Everyone else inside the circle.
McDonald, well, he's foolish outside off stump, just glides that down. A lovely shot for a single to third man. Yeah, Burton doing everything right here. Using every square inch of this massive ground that's the Gabba. There's plenty of runs along the carpet. If you have a look, I think there's only 1 man behind square, and that's a third man. McDonald again.
Oh,
that
gee whiz. How close must have that gone to the stumps?
So he's hit, I'm sure he's hit that, and it's bounced over the stumps.
It's collected something, but it's missed the stumps. We'll get a replay. Here we go.
Yep,
he's hit that. Didn't that bounce high?
Really going to do a Steve Warren with his glove out there. McDonald again, foolish ball. Goes down leg side, wide.
Does that come off?
Well, a leg by. Or no, it's a wide.
Yeah, I think it may have come off wicketkeeper Clay Beam's pad.
For a moment then, I thought he was going to signal leg by. I was going, what are you doing?
No. He's good.
7 for 118.
Both umpires, Darryl O'Sullivan, Steve Stimson, having good matches thus far.
Again, straying on the pads here. I'll whip that behind square. These 2 Jackrabbits will turn and take 2 off the total. 5 now required. Plenty of balls.
7 for 120. I'll tell you who'll be being a little bit nervous will be the North Queensland Monsoon scorer, Adam Tindall. Not a good spectator in close games. He gets very nervous up there in the scorer's box.
He's shaking the spots off a dog. Another single, easy. Yeah, no Duckworth Lewis or any delays in this one.
I think they need to bring the boundary riders in now. I mean, they need to have everybody in now. I mean, yeah. It's probably a wasted cause, but
you get a wicket. And
let's make it.
Anything could happen.
Let's make them work for it. Let's make it hard for them.
McDonald, foolish ball, and that's going to be.
Oh, let's take a McDonald on the boot. Dot ball.
And end the over. 12 balls remaining. 4 runs required.
4 runs, yeah. 4 off 12. So get all your fielders in.
Well, now Danushki's going to have a bowl. This time he's going to be swung around to the Stanley Street end. He bowled his first 3 overs here from the Vulture Street end. And he had 3 overs, 1 for 21. The first one was quite expensive. He bounced back.
Going to bowl his off breaks from over the wicket. And let's see what field Clay Beams comes up with here. With 4 runs required for victory. 12 deliveries. Still got a long on. And he's still got a deep mid-wicket.
Here we go.
Everyone else is in.
He's across the line. There's an appeal. They'll go through. Now let's see if there's a leg by. The umpire say came off the bat.
1 run. Burton 15 off 17. Dixon 11 off 9. Now 12 after that single.
He got the wicket of Lowry.
And that's been bunted down to long on.
That's all they got to do. Danushka now needs a hat trick. Pretty much. Heading across the line. That might just
that
about
might
do
be it. I
and
think it's going to race away from the fielder out there. It's 4 runs.
runs away for 4. The Monsoons do it. They've done it easily in the end. And they've won it with 9 balls to spare. 7-4, 127. The North Queensland Monsoons win the Bulls Masters Country Challenge here at the Gabba. Jason Shears, Thunder never got enough.
No, we said from the start we thought that score of 124 was well and truly under par, and as it's turned out, our predictions were correct. And in the end, the Monsoons have done this quite easily. Yes, they've lost 7 wickets, but they've had 9 deliveries left. They've scored the winning runs in the 9th over. They've done it quite comfortably. And I suppose in some ways that 2 seasons ago, they missed out on the opportunity because of rain in playing in the grand final they played here at the Gabba in trying to win that game. The Gold Coast got the chocolates on that day. But today, the Monsoons have stolen the cookies from the cookie jar.
Yep, and congratulations to the Monsoons and the Thunder for both making it here to the Gabba. And thank them both, all camps, for coming down here. Crazy times here. And you also, Jason Shears, you've left your beloved, unlike Simon Gillies, who loves his wife more than you do, obviously. I'm kidding. Mate, to make it down. Thanks. It's been a pleasure, Jason. Thank you for your time at the Youth Cup and the Country Challenge, for all the effort you put in here for the Bulls Masters. It doesn't go unnoticed, my friend. I love your company. I love the way you call the game of cricket, and I love joining you here today for the Country Challenge final. Safe trip home to you, sir. And we look forward to seeing you in Bundaberg for the Country Challenge in October if we're allowed out of this part of the world. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. Jason, thank you.
Thanks very much. And just a quick congratulations too to the coaching team for the Thunder, Seamus Robertson and Jonathan Smith. Outstanding stuff from those guys. They've got to take a lot of credit, as has the Bulls Masters mentor, who did a lot of work with these guys, Chris Swan. So well done to those guys. And yes, my mistake, sorry. The North Queensland Monsoons, I've got to thank those guys as well. Brad Stout, Bob Haylett, and Gavin Fitness, who was the Bulls Masters mentor. Well done to that coaching crew as well. Yep. And to our scorers, Adam Tyndall and Faye Nybecker, also from Bundaberg, who came down to score for the Gold Coast Thunder. Appreciate the efforts of all these volunteers who keep country cricket up and running. Yeah, Gav Fitz will be over a barbecue with his own body bathed in coconut oil, looking at treat Gav Fitness here. Jason Shears, on behalf of myself, John Devine, Ewan Patterson, Mitch Hourigan here at the Bulls Masters. We've enjoyed your company. We'll wrap it up here now, and we'll see you all again in Bundaberg in 2022. Bye for now.
support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast. Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe? You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocha, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. You get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane Markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane Markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.